Okay, it's about time to get it. Shit, encoded, connected, and the show is started. Here we go. Nigga, you gonna sit down? Oh snap! It says encoder failed. What's going on?
Tell you, man.
Oh no, it's working. Anyway. What's crack-a-lacking, y'all? I always forget where to look. I be looking up here. You're supposed to look over there. I don't know where you're looking, man. Welcome to the Meaningful Jackson Show. Whew, what day is it, bro? It's February 6th. We're already in February. I got my man James.
Lowest month of January in the history of Januaries.
Bro, like I was saying, I said on Tuesday, the whole month felt like all of last year. And I literally, after January ended, I was ready to just be like, you know what, man, let's just go ahead and just get it cracking for 2021. But that's not how time works. So we're here, it's February 6th. Like I said, I got my man James. We got Steph is gonna join the show. I don't know where she is. She's just probably running late or something. Who knows?
Traffic.
Yeah, I think she had an appointment or something, and then there's traffic. And then Badar, he's not with us this week, excuse me, because he's dealing with a family situation. So prayers up to him. But that's the entire team as far as people that's gonna be on the camera, you know, weekly, whatever the case may be. So everybody's we're all getting used to doing the whole thing, but eventually we'll be in a permanent spot, well, semi-permanent, and then we'll be getting our shows cracking from there. Yeah, man, it's gonna be kind of lit. So they just listen to the music right now, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This week has been a struggle, man. You know what? I bit my tongue and the inside of my lip like 7 times this week. I have not been in a good mood today at all. I did not like that shit. I'm gonna tell you like this, and I know that pregnancy is a thing, but there is no pain worse than getting kicked in the junk and then biting the inside of your lip in the same place multiple times. Now, obviously, y'all know I'm playing, so don't try to come for me after I made that comment. But I'm telling you, my shit is hurting.
It's big. It like swells up, so it's that's why you bite it over and over.
I hate it. It's been a struggle to eat. Like the bottom of my tongue feels like there's a chunk missing. My fat ass has been hungry as a motherfucker ever since I started this little diet, and I end up trying to take myself out. Big
diet
shit.
are you on?
I'm on a janky like Whole30 diet. So basically, what I do? Listen, let me tell you. I'm on
Something I just Googled.
I'm on a janky Whole30 diet. What I do is I just eat a lot of chicken and vegetables, but I don't do the exact Whole30 recipes. I do what I want to do. So like,
Didn't I hear that on the radio?
Whole30. I've actually done it.
I heard that on the radio before.
I did it one time, and I actually did the real thing. It's not that bad.
And did you actually lose weight?
Yes, I lost about 15 pounds. Because for a long time, I was like in like the 270s. Now I'm in the I fluctuate between 235, 245. And I lost that weight last year during Whole30. So it does work, but the problem is that I have no self-discipline when it comes to a diet. And I'm not trying to do that. I like to go to Red Robin and get bottomless fries. I like to eat pizza. I like to eat sushi. I like to eat all that shit. So
I don't do sushi.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know, man. It's not for everybody, I'll say, but I feel like if I don't get my sushi
I'm a texture person.
It's weird to you?
Oh, that texture is horrible, bro.
Man.
The texture
you know what's funny?
Horrible.
You're not the first person I've heard say that, so I get it.
Because if I am going to get one, it's, what do they call it? The California roll.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even like the real sushi. Because it's like cooked and all that shit.
Yo,
I rock with that one.
My man said it's not even like real sushi.
It's not even like real
not
sushi.
Even eat it at that point.
I'm good with it.
Yo, that's hella
the only one I get. I get that and like a side of fried rice.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with fried rice.
Actually, you can. Fun fact.
That is true. Some people out here have some janky.
Bro, I went to this
rice.
place. I can't remember which one it was called. It was downtown Seattle. It was like Swordfish something, or I don't know, some uppity place or whatever. But they put lima beans.
Shout out. No, see, I'm
they
not
put
cool
lima beans
I'm not cool
in my fried rice. I didn't know what I didn't know what to think. I kept picking it out of it, but I kind of felt weird because it was a real uppity ass fucking restaurant.
That's nasty.
It was gross, so I just kept picking it out.
I'm not even really a fan of the peas in the fried rice. Like carrots, I can kind of maybe see that, but peas is weird.
That
to
one
me.
place that just puts fried rice and egg. I'm with it.
I don't even know, man. I'm still.
I don't even eat eggs.
I'm still weird about the eggs in my shit.
I don't even eat eggs anymore.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Why don't you eat eggs? Let's give them a half of a conspiracy.
It's
before
not
we
even
jump to the show.
It's just facts. Like
tell
it's
the
not,
people
so I can't
about
even really break it down specifically though. But I follow this Instagram page called Alkaline Human.
We're about to talk a little bit about the alkaline diet a little bit
They
later.
post a bunch of good stuff. They post a bunch of stuff I don't really understand too much because I'm not really in that. But on there they had an egg, like the life of an egg, and it went from pretty much like you having a fetus, and it just was growing and growing and growing, and then boom, you got a chick. And I'm like, bro, what?
They're trying to ruin this shit.
Can't
for
even
you,
do that. And then you have this other. So there's a thing on YouTube. A guy over in Asia takes an egg, cuts half of it off, wraps the top of it with a saran wrap, and then puts it under a heat lamp, and then starts giving it these, I want to say hormone shots or something like that. And it starts over the weeks. It starts growing veins and all this crazy stuff. And dude literally bred a chicken in his living room from an egg, from a household egg that he got out of the refrigerator. After that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
You know what?
So you won't catch me eating scrambled eggs. But I do eat stuff like that still got egg in it. I can't really, because I didn't really like read the ingredients on most shit or whatnot. But when it comes to scrambled eggs and all that other stuff,
you're not going out of your way to have eggs, but you're not really going out of your way to stop yourself from eating foods that already have eggs in it.
Like I'm going out of my way to not eat scrambled eggs.
So then you'll eat them fried.
Because that's the only way I eat eggs is scrambled.
Yeah,
that's it.
Not overeating.
Nah, no runny shit.
Sunny.
No
sunny side
no
up.
deviled eggs. Obviously, you're not supposed to eat it anyways.
Lit.
It says it has devil in the
Here we
description.
go, man.
Why would
listen.
I eat a deviled egg?
Listen, we got about 40 seconds until I got to intro the show. Don't even get into it, man.
And even with
I do want to shout out
sushi.
I want to shout out buddy who raised the chicken. Father of the year for that.
Man, you're an Asian dude. Well,
my man's getting
chemist.
Father of the year for that. Because who really taking time to try to raise an egg that you
somebody
got
that's trying to show the world that you shouldn't be eating them.
No, that's good for him. But I'm gonna tell you like this: when I pull up to Denny's and I get my little Grand Slam special, I'm getting them goddamn eggs.
Funny thing about that, they're probably not even real eggs. They're probably powdered.
Man, this guy. Here we go. Let me get this show started, bro. This guy.
They're probably powdered.
Hold on, man. Let me stop the music, man. Welcome to the Meaningful Jackson Show. We are live on Track Talk Radio. I got my man James in here. He's a co-host. We can actually say that now.
Man, let's go.
We're waiting for my manager to show up, Steph. I don't know what she is doing.
I'm waiting on the energy.
Steph, if you're listening to this, you better get here now. And then shout out to my man Badar. Badar can't be with us tonight. He might be back next week, man. He's just, handling some family business. So shout out to him. Prayers up for your fam, for your dad. We're missing you on the show tonight, my guy. Anyway, we're gonna start by saying first, obviously, it's Black History Month.
It is.
Shout out to all my black brothers and
I feel like
sisters.
every day is Black History Month.
Yeah, well, no, obviously. But this month, the shortest month of the year, I always have to say that because I want it to be known.
It should be the
that
longest.
I still feel slighted a little bit.
You should. And what's even more crazy is that we only get the 29th every 4 years.
I think this is our year.
And this
though.
is the year that
okay.
comes. Yep.
So we got a little contract extension. It's short term, but
it's one of those. Can you come and play in for the 10-day contract?
Yeah, a little 10-day contract, man. We'll be back to
get on.
We'll be back to working at the Safeway. Yeah. So yesterday would have been Trayvon Martin's 25th birthday.
Oh, he would have been that old?
And it's crazy to think that my man would have been 25. And knowing that the guy who killed him is still walking free.
Kicking it.
He's not only has he sold the gun that he murdered my man with, he's also been involved in several other altercations with other strangers, people that he doesn't fucking know.
And he tried to sue.
And he tried to sue Trayvon Martin's family for damages.
For defamation or something?
Yeah, he tried to sue them for damages. He murdered their son, but he was seeking damages from them. That's crazy to me.
That's nuts.
It's crazy to me that we lost this young brother at such a young age for no damn reason. And then yesterday would have been his 25th birthday.
Not to get all the way off the topic, but the Super Bowl champ MVP dude, you know he had put out, you know he put a tweet out supporting George Zimmerman back in that time.
You talking about Mahomes?
Yeah.
Mahomes was supporting George Zimmerman?
Bro.
Do not, bro. If this is another one of your little conspiracies, bro, do not taint Patrick Mahomes.
I promise you.
If Mahomes, bro, if this is true, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I promise you it is. It really is.
That's crazy. Anyway, while he pulls this up, we're gonna continue to give a shout out to my man Trayvon Martin. Like I said, today would have been his 25th birthday. Shout out to him, shout out to his family, and then it's FU for life to George Zimmerman. And if Patrick Mahomes supported George Zimmerman, I swear, bro. But I know people can change. I believe in the power of change.
Oh, where to go?
Does it say it? I feel like you made this up, bro. Is that Photoshop?
It's
That's Photoshop, right?
He said, replying to a tweet that called the Zimmerman case an absolute tragedy, and then the 17-year-old wrote, no one knows who actually happens, which is why he is not guilty, but a crime could have occurred. Where'd he go?
I don't know, man.
Stop resisting or assaulting a cop. He's pretty much saying, yeah, bro, don't
Mahomes, you're a savage, bro. You know what's crazy about that? Isn't he half black too?
So they say.
So I know probably in his life he only getting half of the type of shit that we getting, but
not even.
At least as far as disrespect. But my thing with him will be like, my man, you can't really say stuff like that because people that you are associated with.
Back in the day, but when it happens, like,
but it don't matter if it's back in the day because your dad should have told you about.
It's always gonna come up. Old tweets always come up. Don't matter.
You know, sometimes I think about that. Like, what if this shit take off and they go back on my Twitter? And then I think about how much I don't give a shit about it. Because I know I don't say stuff like, and even if I did and someone was like, yo, you said this, I'd be like, you know what? And I'm going to say this shit. As a matter of fact, let me read it off to you. I don't know what you want me to do about old Twitter. So you know what? I'm going to let Mahomes get a pass on this because maybe since then he's been educated. And maybe he will become educated when his time comes, when he gets a, I hope this don't ever happen to you, my brother, but something may happen where he might have a run-in, a bad experience with a police officer or some person who's harassing him for no damn reason. And then he might be like, oh, well, shit. Now I know what my niggas going through. And like I said, I will always
gonna say, my niggas.
I hope he does. And I will always continue to bring this up because you're talking to someone who has been a victim of police brutality. So I understand why Colin Kaepernick does what he does. That's what I'm saying. Like, we know this. Maybe Mahomes has not been in that situation. I can't imagine that you would be close to some shit like that, given the the type of background that you come from. Not to say you're less than or anything like that, but I'm sure having a wealthy father and a family, like you're not involved in the type of shit that we probably was. And I have friends who was in way worse situations than me, but it can happen to anybody.
It is hard for half-breeds, but it's not as hard. Am I not supposed to use that term? It is what it is.
I don't want to say that it's less hard because I think it's equally as hard. Because actually, you know what? Sometimes I would say,
nah.
I don't know, man. I feel like, all right, brother, have a good one. Be safe out there, bro. I honestly,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna give.
No. Listen, I'm not giving credit. I'm gonna say this though, because my cousin is light skinned, and I saw the way he used to get treated when we were younger, where people wanted to make fun.
Though, huh?
But that's the thing.
Real niggas,
he getting made fun of by white folks and other black people. So mostly I was only really getting made fun of by white folks. Now I hated that shit. And yeah, there were some black people back from where I'm from that would be like, oh yeah, you live in the town where all the white people live, like you garbage like them. And they used to say that shit. I wasn't saying that. Because I don't think white people are garbage. A lot of y'all are. Yes. And we're gonna talk about somebody who's mad garbage who's a white person. We're gonna talk about them later.
Super garbage. We got a few of those.
Yeah. But at the same time, I really do feel like when you're light skinned, you know, you're the half and half, like you do get disrespected in a different kind of way. If we're just being honest. So, anyway, like I said, we were live on Track Talk Radio. We're doing, you know, some Black History Month shout outs. I don't know where he is going, but I'm gonna continue the show. We're shouting out Trayvon Martin. Yesterday would have been his 25th birthday. Shout out to him and his family and all the people that are out here struggling. And what I mean by that is, I mean African Americans who are getting abused by people and mistreated. This is your month. Stay strong, man. Remember, you are power. You are a king. You are a queen. You are royalty. Don't let these people hold you down. It's not gonna happen like that. Anyway, we're at Pound for Pound Barbershop in Kent. Man, we got people still in here getting cut, man. It's lit. They do good business in here, man. So if you need a haircut, which I know a lot of you dusty ass people I seen on my IG and on my Facebook do, you need to come down to Pound for Pound, see my man James. And I know he looks dusty, but he can give you a good cut. My man Hernan will give you a cut. Herschel could give you a cut. Johnny will give you a cut. Tubby will give you a cut. So my people down here, they take good care of everybody that they fuck with. So y'all should come down to Pound for Pound Barbershop in Kent if you are looking for a haircut. Do not book your appointment when I book mine, because I don't want to talk to y'all when I'm in here getting cut, all right? Anyway, James, let's get into the rest of the show, man. So, obviously, I'm still in mourning over Kobe Bryant.
A lot of people are. A lot of people.
But there are a lot of people who aren't.
That dusty ass picture that they like the mural. Somebody just did a mural. It was bad, bro. They probably should just delete it. Just
you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you.
There's a lot of ugly murals. There's a lot of bad tattoos. There's a lot of disrespectful tattoos that are going on. Like, it makes
when people try to honor people and then like the artwork they get, and your
you
6-year-old cousin doing
helicopter.
That? Oh yeah,
he has a helicopter tatted on the side of his face, painted purple with number 24 on it.
You gotta, you know,
like nah.
I'm trying to in 2020. I'm trying to
do better, but
I'm trying not to be so disrespectful towards people.
I'm trying to be more disrespectful this time.
But I gotta know, what is my man thinking when he gets a helicopter tattooed on the side of his fucking head? Fandy, you don't want to have a job ever.
And then as a tattoo artist, you should have told him like, hey, bro, like,
yo, you sure you want to do this, bro? Because this shit don't come
the time.
on.
It just don't look good. This ain't like a tribute.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That seemed crazy to me. It was a real tattoo. It wasn't a henna tattoo.
It's a real tattoo. And it do kind of look like an who was that?
Was he kind of? He looked like
Ty Dolla $ign is who he looked like.
Don't disrespect Ty like that. Pull it up though, because you're probably right.
Ty Dolla $ign, bro.
Listen, man. I understand if you want to honor Kobe, don't get a tattoo on your face, bro. And I respect it. I've seen a lot of people. I know people personally who got Kobe tattoos. I'm gonna even get one probably. But don't get a tattoo on the side of your face. That's what people look at all day. Well, you have to get a work from home job, but those actually pay pretty good. So, hope your qualifications are in order, my brother. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about Kobe because there's this teacher, or it's a high school principal, and so apparently this lady felt some type of way about Kobe. And I guess sent out a tweet.
Dude.
Was it a dude?
Talking about the guy? We're talking about so there was a guy that was the music teacher.
No, there's probably all kinds of these people out here getting upset about Kobe and being mad disrespectful. I mean, I get it. You're doing what you do.
But where was that same energy 15, 20 years ago when that actually was
that's what I'm saying. You know what? So we can dive into this, and we can dive into Gayle King's sorry ass too.
Trash.
So my thing is like this, and I want to do my best to not be dismissive towards any person who has been a victim of sexual assault, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But I think there needs to be a conversation around, why are people waiting till my man is dead to try to bring up old stuff that's already been tossed? Like, obviously case was dismissed. I feel like at this point, most people have moved on. Like Kobe, to some degree lost everything and then regained it back. Like,
literally lost everything.
Like, y'all really still trying to hang that over my man's head after he died?
And he was acquitted.
And my thing is like this. For victims of sexual assault, I can totally understand how just the hearing my man's name will probably put you in a bad space because you were under the assumption that he is guilty of said crime. Unfortunately, I'm somebody that's like this, fam. I was not in that room. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what happened. I only know what the facts state based on the court case and what she said, what he said, and what happened and what the outcome was. When we like 16 years?
Bruh, it was.
Or how far are we removed from that situation? So my thing is like this. We're not saying forget. Nothing should be forgotten. But at the same time, what good does it do you to bring it up after my man is killed in a helicopter crash along with his daughter and 7 other people? What does that do for y'all? Like Gayle King. Why you want to call Lisa Leslie to have that interview so you can try to get her to basically disrespect Kobe by admitting on camera that he may have been, a little bit, aggressive when it came to the females. And then Lisa played you because she wasn't finna, go against her man like that. Her and Kobe are buddies like that. You know what I'm saying? That's lifelong friends. They've been LA legends, forever. They grew up in the basketball world together in Los Angeles. You really think she gonna go against Kobe? Come on. And then I wake up this morning, and while I'm sitting on the toilet, I see this damn video of Gayle trying to pretend like she don't know what the fuck is going on. And then she want to give this weak ass apology. Listen, lady, you know better.
She said my network.
Yeah, you want to blame me. Now I hope they fire
like,
your ass for that because
sure
I know you had something to do with that.
There was no editing in that. That looked like smooth questions and answered.
Gayle, you know better.
No
you
cutbacks.
know what you was asking, and you had the audacity when Lisa was like, "That's not the guy that I know." You want to say, "Well, how would you know? How do you know? You don't even probably know Kobe like
Mitch,
that."
why am I on this? Why am I? Why you got me here then? If I don't know him, why am I here asking questions?
So this is my biggest issue with Gayle. It's not even about the fact that she's a black woman tarnishing the name of a black man. Because I'm somebody that don't really care about that. Because if she feels like Kobe did that shit, she's just using her platform to, fight the other side of the argument or whatever the case may be. That's what she wants to do. That's fine. But my thing is don't go on after and then try to give the world this fake ass apology like you didn't know what was going on and you had no idea and all this type of stuff. No one wants to hear that shit. It's corny. I don't know, man. What do you think about Gayle?
I've never liked Gayle. I've always thought Gayle was one of those, Gayle seems like Whitney Houston's little friend that was on the cut. The little lesbian friend that she had.
I don't remember that. Whitney Houston was a lesbian? Or she had a lesbian friend?
Robin. And
Robin Givens. Is that what you talking about? No?
Robin. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that Whitney did have some
Okay. Shout out to Whitney Houston, greatest voice of all time. One of.
But that's how I see Gayle. She's just one of those, she came in with Stedman. Stedman's little relationship with Oprah. Became the best friend. Sleep on the couch. Get the money. And then she becomes like Dr. Phil. You get your own show, and you're your own celebrity because of who your friend is.
Having a celebrity friend, I think that's an interesting world to live in. And I appreciate the ones that don't try to ride the coattails of a friend to try to get places. Earn that shit.
But what about
with a little bit of help?
That's
cool.
Okay. I was trying to say, everybody need help.
No, everybody needs help. And I'm totally fine with that.
But then somebody
But if you help a sucker like Gayle, and then you allow her to get on,
and Gayle seems like she's been a sucker forever.
You know what? I feel bad disrespecting Gayle because I feel like if my mom was here right now, she'll slap fire from me for talking about her like that.
Well, but you slap fire out of Gayle for talking about
Kobe
Bryant like that.
You ain't gonna slap. I'm just playing, Mom. Shout out to my mom for being a fan of the show. She probably gonna smack the hell out of me for talking junk on the camera, but you know what?
My mom don't sit still enough for her to listen to the show.
Damn, your moms don't even want to hear you on the show?
Nah, she would not like to hear my voice.
You know
on the
what?
radio.
That's like, my man James is like the kid that shows up to Little League by himself.
Oh yeah, I
Right
drove
now.
myself.
I'm dead. Only reason I made that comment is I used to be that kid a little bit too.
That was that kid. My mom was at work.
Yo, my mom was at work too. I don't know what my dad was doing. Probably, you know what? Let me stop.
You know?
2020, we're no longer trying to disrespect.
We're not bashing.
Again, we're still waiting on Steph. I don't know what Steph is doing, but anyway, shout out to all the fans of the show. We were just talking about Gayle King, sorry ass, and I want to move on from that into our next little topic, because we're gonna end up going back to the Kobe thing. Because anyway, we kind of started that conversation talking about this principle, so I'm gonna go back to that real quick because I did want to touch on that, because this is in the state of Washington. I don't know what this place is called. Camas High School.
Is it Camas?
CAMAS, or is it Camas? Camas. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce shit. But either way, this principal tweeted, and she basically suggested that Kobe deserved death. So when we brought this up, my whole point was to be like, I get it if you feel some type of way, and I could fully understand if, like, you know, let's say the scenario was he was a great basketball player who was then convicted of a crime, and then his legacy was tarnished and we banished him, and then like you found out he died. You know, maybe you were like, yo, he was garbage. I get it. Comments are gonna be made. Like no one really felt bad when Ted Bundy got killed.
Not even close.
No one felt bad. You know, I get it. But like, dude was a great basketball player. You're a high school principal. You have to know that kids at your school are
Literally
fans of Kobe.
Look up to that.
Parents follow your Twitter for updates from your school. Why would you get on Twitter and type something that suggests that you think Kobe
Maybe
deserved
you thought
that?
it was a burner like KD.
Oh, a burner
Twitter.
account? Yo, you know, people always tell me that I should have backup accounts, and I'm like, fam, why would I have?
Why?
I think I have other accounts, but I only had to
It was
make
on
new ones
accident.
because I locked them shits, and I can't get into them. It's not a backup
It was
account.
on accident.
But anyway, we'll end up getting back to Kobe, but I just didn't appreciate how the high school principal, because of her position, and I know I probably sound mad hypocritical based on what I do, but like my whole point is, if you're gonna do that, don't put your real name on it, fam. Don't have pictures of yourself. Make sure that people know that your page is set up specifically for you to, you know, preach and do all these other things that you want to do. Don't go on to like your school Twitter account and then message something like that, knowing that there's little kids that go to the school that you work at who are gonna feel some type of way, and parents are gonna feel some type of way. It's disrespectful. I think shitting on the dead is just a terrible thing to do. Like, what's the point of that? Like, even I was talking to somebody today, because we're gonna dive right into this. I was talking to somebody today about how I did not care that Don Imus died, but at the same time, I wasn't gonna disrespect him. So like,
Don Imus was the one that talked about
he called the girls nappy-headed
the Rutgers
hoes,
girls,
yeah.
nappy-headed hoes.
And so-
Like what? They use it.
Yeah,
They
so
said it themselves.
obviously we seen how, was it last night or the other night, President Trump gave Rush Limbaugh that Medal of Freedom.
My God.
And Rush Limbaugh is like the
The
worst
biggest
version
racist.
of Don Imus. So what
is,
I
though.
want to do is I want to read, because I know there's a lot of white folks that listen to my show, and I want them to understand why we think this guy is garbage.
He's trash.
Here are just a couple of quotes from him over the years. You're a foreigner. You shut your mouth or get out. That's one. Here's another one. Blacks are 12% of the population. Who the hell cares? That's another one. Wow. Let stupid and unskilled Mexicans do that work. These are literally words that have come out of my man's mouth. Now, I'm not going to read all of them. There's a lot.
He
Trust
was even
me,
on like
there's
live
a
radio
lot.
saying nigga. He's like, oh, I can say that, right?
Yeah.
There's no R's behind that. That's
So-
what they say, isn't it?
So this is the thing. If Rush Limbaugh was coming up today, he would be fired immediately because of the power of social media and the fact that no company is going to take on somebody who's that reckless. But basically, because of the fact that when he started in radio, it was back in the day, he kind of gets a little bit of a pass. Where he was
Like
able
his
to say,
grandfathered in,
exactly.
literally.
So he's able to say a bunch of bullshit like this, and not suffer any real consequences because he is probably that entire station wherever he works at. It's the same thing we saw with Don Imus. Don Imus didn't get canceled. He got fired, and then he got a new job like a month later or something like that. Or it was soon after. I don't know if it was a month. But I feel like Buddy only got this award from his garbage friend Donald Trump because now he has stage 4 lung cancer, so that means his days are numbered. Again, he will probably be dead soon. I'm not going to disrespect that, but until that happens, he's open for business. So, Rush Limbaugh, you are a garbage white man who thinks that he is superior to not only women who are your own race, but all other races of women and just races in general. You are a garbage human. Now, I do feel bad that you have stage 4 lung cancer. I don't wish that on anybody. But at the same
somebody
time,
did apparently.
I can't help but think that maybe you had that coming. Nah, I'm just kidding. Because if I really meant that, then I would be, doing what all these other people are doing about Kobe. So we're not going to do that. But I feel like, sometimes it's appropriate to give Rush a hard time because look at the things that he says about people. Now, knowing that I just said what I said, I wonder how long it will take for this show to get canceled. It probably won't get canceled because Sherry loves me. But either way, I know saying stuff like that on a radio station and when you are big time will effectively get you thrown off the air. Yes. But because Rush is connected and he's, again, a white man that has a tiny bit of power, even though he's a fucking idiot, he gets to sit in the chair that he sits in. He looks so... He gets an award for it. Yeah, he looked so choked up when Donnie announced that he was getting that award. And I was like, my man...
Didn't know. Like, bro, you knew he was getting it.
No, he looked like he was choked up as if he deserved it. like, damn, I worked so hard for this. I worked hard. I was in the gym every day. I shot 1,000 free. He literally had that look on his face like he earned that motherfucker. I'm like, bro, your man is giving this to you because y'all are both racist. You're brothers in anti-race.
More than half his cabinet is racist.
Shout out to Mitt Romney being a real one. Because you see what's going on.
Who's the lady that
tried to speak up against
that ripped up?
Oh, Nancy Pelosi. We're not really diving into the politics because I don't know nothing about that. But I'll say, listen, shout out to the people who are really looking at it for what it is. Your man does not treat people well. He's a garbage president. Honestly, I'm sure he probably abused his power to give Rush Limbaugh that award. If you look at the people who have gotten that, let me just name a couple of names. Mother Teresa. Bill Gates. Who else did I see on there?
I thought they gave him to like
Jackie Robinson won this award.
Or what is it, like music?
No, this goes to people who push our nation forward in ways that we can't even begin to fathom until it happens. Think about what Jackie Robinson did for baseball. Think about what Bill Gates has done for technology. And think about what Mother Teresa did. And then think of those three people, and then think about what Rush Limbaugh has done. My man don't deserve to lick the dirt off my Vans, homie. Rush probably goes home at night and wish that he could eat his own booty. I hate this dude. I hate this dude, bro. I hate him. How you gonna give him the Medal of Freedom, bro? Come on. And it's Black History Month.
No, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
He knew that he was getting acquitted.
He's
like,
you
know what? Let me top this off. This is the cherry on top. This guy, man, this is crazy. My man is literally on the show drinking Hennessy.
See, they wouldn't have known that unless they saw the video. But now you put me on blast.
So, watch our video, man. But anyway, we are through the first 30 minutes of the show. Steph's still waiting on you. We're going to take a short break.
That look good, Steph.
Yeah. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to let them jam into the music. Oh, the other day I had to get up and get a drink of water, and I played like 15 seconds of International Players Anthem, and then I get an email from YouTube talking about, fam, you might be copyright infringement or some shit. I'm like, shit, it was 15, so I literally got up, I got the water, and I hit the mute button, bro. You literally heard Pimp C's voice for about 3 to 5 seconds.
They're gonna hit you with the copyright infringement.
Nah, but I got lucky. They were like, you know what? Doesn't hurt your account. You're not gonna get shut down. It's like just like a warning, like just be careful, man.
Damn.
Yo, you gotta be careful about that. So if we gotta take a break, there ain't gonna be no music playing.
They trying to come for you.
Yeah, they're trying to come for me. So stay tuned, man. Thank you for tuning in to the Me and Uncle Jackson Show. We're live on Track Talk Radio every Tuesday and every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in. All right, let's get into this Black Rob, and then we got some Music Soul Child, and then some Black Street. Okay.
What do you do? You need to pick the music?
Yeah, I queued up these songs. Yeah.
Bro, they don't want me on that.
Bro. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm on it.
I'll put the Heat Rocks on there. Thong Song. Fuck yeah.
You know what's crazy?
There's a meeting in my bedroom.
I got that in here. It's probably way down on the list somewhere.
Yeah, dumps like jump.
First of all, I'm gonna say this, and it's no disrespect to Cisco, but Cisco won't ever be played on. No, actually, I'm tripping because I think I did play one of his songs
I'm
when I
pretty sure you
first
bumped
started.
into Drew Hill on here.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say Drew Hill. I said Cisco.
That is Cisco.
No,
Cisco is
solo
Drew Hill.
Cisco. That's different.
Cisco is Drew Hill. Drew
Yeah,
Hill is Cisco.
he might be, but when Cisco's by himself, he was trash.
He made more money.
Do you think he made more money?
I think he made more money solo than he did with Drew
I mean, Thong Song was pretty lit.
Thong Song went. It's probably Diamond, honestly.
You ever seen that meme where it says something like I don't think it says F Jesus, but it's like Cisco was walking on bitches instead of water or something. Because in that video, he was like walking across the top. Bro, I was wilding. Like, my man's at the beach in his jean jacket, doing backflips with Air Force Ones on it, spray painted silver. It was lit.
Yeah, he was getting it in there.
You know what, man? Videos, man. That used to be the thing.
Those are dope.
Yes, very dope.
Videos are fire.
And now, anytime I see a music video, I'll be like, yo, what are these niggas doing? You telling him to fix his hair?
No, she wants her haircut.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was hoping that you was going to. But you know
gonna
what?
do what?
You know what? I almost had to wear my little headband too, man.
Rock my shit. Oh, you mean the headband you bit for?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
You
Steph
see that? Oh,
Steph
yeah,
is finally here.
yeah.
Steph, well,
Whoa.
yeah, you were late, man. Late. Pull up a chair, fam.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. No, everybody already knows on the
No,
radio.
you got
They
it.
know
You
you're
got it.
coming.
I'm not getting on camera.
They know you're
You're
on.
not on camera. Look where the chair's at. It ain't a. No. You gotta sit here,
mic.
so you gotta be.
It's like extra bright.
Yeah, because we real dark.
Yeah,
over
we're real
here,
dark.
so
We got a glare in the back.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's why I got this headband on, so my you know.
Yeah,
It's
we're-
reflector.
We were just talking about his.
Oh, you talk about my
hair.
hair's on point. I don't know what y'all talking about.
You know what? I always feel like he looks like a black Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future. Y'all
Somebody,
know-
my boy Wingo, old light skin. He calls me Frederick Douglass.
That one too. Steph, what's happening?
How was traffic?
Traffic.
It's traffic.
Had to get I had a nail appointment. Sorry.
Oh, that's so. Steph is late because she had a nail appointment.
But we discussed.
You know what?
it.
That's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Lucky
oh
I'm
man,
forgetting
It was
Oh,
the last
Steph.
minute. I said, well, I got a nail appointment, but I can
Hold
come
on,
after.
Steph.
Yeah, no, that's true. You did say
I was
that.
about to
You
call
can't
like
make me look like
Wash
that.
God and see like, yo, did you find like a car on the side of the street?
That's hella funny. Well, right now we just got some music playing.
bumping
Were you
Cisco.
listening to the show at
You hear
the
I
Cisco?
was. You guys
shop?
sound good.
Okay.
Drew Hill's on there. What music's playing?
No,
right
there
now?
was no. The music cut off when I pulled up.
It's
When
just
I
playing
first turned
Black
it on,
Rob.
it was Future, Thomas.
Yeah. So there's like a delay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I text you, it'd be
Yeah.
a few minutes later, and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, 'cause when I'm looking at it, it's like it's playing. Like the other day, you were like, "Nothing's playing." I'm like, "No, nigga, I'm looking at it." I could have swore it was
going
but-
through.
and then it finally kicked on. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so you brought up the the alkaline diet. And then I had on here that we were going to talk about the
Man,
fact. I
my
didn't get
guy
to
is
watch
really
it.
the alkaline specialist, Big Hirsch over there.
You know
Little
what?
Hirsch. He's
Listen,
Little Hirsch now.
while
He
we're
was
on
Big
the
Hirsch
show,
before the alkaline.
I'm going to say this, man, because I've been getting my hair cut at this place for about 5 years. And I've seen my man Herschel transform the world. At one point I came in, I thought it was a different human. I didn't realize that it was him. And I remember asking her, I'm like, yo, your brother is he still here? And he go, that's him right there. I'm like, nah, that ain't him. That's another
Yeah,
dude.
he used to get.
So
his
shout out to
own, like, his
Herschel, man, for
personal
killing it.
clients. His personal clients would ask him where Herschel was. Would literally ask
They didn't
him.
realize it was him.
They didn't even know it
Nah,
was
they know
him.
it's him. So Herschel, man, big shout out to you, man,
And he
for
did it
getting
all
the
in,
weight
like-
off, all that. That's crazy.
It was crazy. Like less than 2 years. Like the initial like big weight loss. It was transformation. A lot of people thought he was on drugs. I mean, sad to
my
say,
man, my man
that's
Herschel's
just the
actually in here
neighborhood.
cutting hair too.
That's just the neighborhood that we're in. I don't know if you guys
yeah.
have been to Kent.
If you been in Kent, Washington, it'd be like, yo, fam, something
You
suspicious
know,
around here.
it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it'd be
You
like
know?
that. You know, I'm on the path to trying to lose weight, and it's not,
I was,
it's
and I
not
threw my
going so
back
well.
out, and I got sick all at once. Like first, my back went out; it was all jacked up. Then I got the flu, and I was like at 103. Literally, my temp was at 103, and I was cooked. I was literally cooking inside. So yeah, I haven't been back since.
You know,
My trainer's been mad about it.
I tried to do the plant-based for a while, and I felt great. And then I was like, I fell off a little bit.
Man, see, like
It
I
happens.
feel great, but I'm a taste person. If it
The
doesn't
flavor.
taste good,
yeah, if it's
I
got
do
bad
everything
flavor.
spicy.
Oh yeah,
I just like
Everything
you know,
spicy.
for-
smothered like gravy. If I can smother
Put
all the
sriracha
plant
on
stuff,
everything.
plant gravy, like plant it.
Plant gravy.
My man said
If
plant
I can
gravy.
smother it all in like chicken gravy, we're
Plant-
good.
Plant fat.
You know?
Anyways, I want
Why
to talk
not?
about this because, and not necessarily the diet, but Dr. Sebi's daughter and her son went on T.I.'s podcast the other day. I was wondering if any of y'all watched that.
I did.
I did not.
Okay, then we can talk about it. I haven't watched it yet, but
I didn't.
I have not had
but
as
I
much
will.
time as I thought I
Yeah.
would. You know, Brooklyn Nine-Nine was starting tonight, and I was catching up. And then I probably should have been watching T.I., but I wasn't
God,
watching
you
that
still
shit.
watch that show?
Listen,
I mean,
man,
we-
when I
yeah,
need
not-
laughs,
we're
when
not
I'm
even
in a
going off
stressful
subject.
mode, I gotta watch it. But
Man,
anyway,
show's
Steph,
trash.
tell us about it. What do you think?
I mean, they're basically talking about how getting healthy really starts with what you eat
Yeah.
and what you put in your body. And look, I'm like, they just were talking about their products, CMOS, and
They were selling
They
stuff
were
at the
selling
same
stuff.
time.
Oh,
Really?
okay. So they're trying to get their
but
stuff.
I mean,
trying
it's
to get
really,
that
I've seen
stock
a
up.
lot of their interviews, like Breakfast Club, Big Boys Neighborhood. Like, I've seen a lot of their.
They were
their-
doing like a what they call it, like
tour,
a
like
promotional
press
tour.
Yeah, and I think that they
Oh,
have like a pop up.
shit.
So they're doing all the. They probably did Nick Cannon's. Yo, Nick Cannon's radio show is fire. He's in California. I think it's Power 105 or something like that. It's
Okay.
a morning show.
Listen,
But-
even though I
but
kind
we're
of
Track
diss
Talk
Nick
Radio.
on here,
Hey,
yeah, shout out to Track Talk Radio. Even though we diss Nick on here, it was him as a rapper, not him as like a.
as a
Business.
whole, because that
Mobile
there's,
type of
there's
dude.
second to
Listen.
none when it
Yes.
comes to Nick Cannon.
And I've been
business.
saying this. I've shout out to
in
Nick
life.
Cannon because he's put a lot of people on. And I ain't gonna lie, some of these people are not very talented. They don't have long-term talent, but they have enough to shine in some,
Right
big
now.
moments. And right
I mean,
now,
like how
they're
it
taking
looks,
advantage
the
of
day
it.
and age that we live in, millennial live, Instagram videos, really viral stuff. You're just fine. You're gonna you'll go viral
Yo.
for that couple months, and you'll be set for life.
And so the thing is, they either gotta have it or not have it. And some of the people Nick puts on have it, and then some of them don't pan out. But he's still giving people
Well, you know
hella
who had it?
opportunities.
But I was watching YouTube the
You should have had me on one.
where I was,
I'm
or
trash
what
man.
happened to, and all this stuff. And I was watching
Avion
Avion
Crockett? Yo, he was
or
stupid
whatnot.
funny.
And he was saying on how he was on there. He was one of the first person on,
Yeah.
Wildin' Out, and he pretty much told him, he's like, yo, I don't want to be known as the Yo Mama comedian forever. Like, I don't want to be known as just cracking jokes against people and doing all this stuff. So apparently he told him on School Days, when they did the movie School Days, because
Yeah.
Nick Cannon produced and directed that movie. On that, he was like, yo, bro, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to go this route. So, but because he took that route, where's Avion Crockett now?
Yeah, I mean,
Crickets.
and that's kind of what happens to a lot of
His last biggest thing or whatever was Scary Movie?
Yeah, he was in a
Scary Movie 8,
yeah.
whatever that Scary Movie 5, 6, 7,
I mean,
whatever it was.
He's in some
They
stuff.
had too many of them.
But sometimes I wonder, like, or some of these people may just not be working by choice. Maybe you never know. And it's not likely, but I like to, I want to give them the, I want to be hopeful that they didn't just, end up on Skid Row or something.
That's nice of you.
All right, we got 1 minute
half of
left.
them
I
ended
had to
up
let
like,
that Blackstreet play for the people real quick.
That one ended up like what's his name? The Delonte West.
But one thing they did mention is that documentary is going to come out. They are still working.
The Selby West. Oh,
Yeah,
with Nick Cannon, right?
We got to protect Nick Cannon because there's a reason
come
why
for him.
they don't want that
gonna come
documentary
for
to
him.
get out because somebody knows something that we don't know or that they don't want us to know.
They are definitely gonna come. and the turban.
You know what's gonna be crazy?
I'd rock with the turban. If I didn't have all this hair,
Yo,
I would rock a turban like
What
Nick
if
Cannon did.
what if on that Dr. Sebi
I really would.
documentary they go, NASA's fake, cancer's not real, or can not? I don't
They
want to say
did
not
say that
real,
they
but can
healed.
be cured and like all like AIDS
So-
can be cured. Like, hey, what if he had all that on?
Are we going there? Because I can go there.
No,
I can
But
go
I want to be
there.
clear.
If
I'm not
that's what
trying to. I'm not trying to dismiss any.
The little
struggle that
rabbit
anyone's
hole.
been through.
I can go in that.
Listen,
bitch.
I mean, I don't know.
promise you.
I don't know what's real, what's not real. I just know I'm blessed to be and thankful to be healthy. So that's it. I don't want to disrespect nobody. People be getting mad
Crazy
offended,
fact.
bro.
You know that they say.
Hold on, let me
Don't
cut this off.
quote
Hold on, let
on
me.
this like
hold on.
specifically.
My man, hold on real quick. Welcome back to Track Talk Radio. This is your man, Meaningful Jackson. And this is the Meaningful Jackson Show. My man James is about to start with some conspiracy theories, probably.
You started it.
All right,
bro.
man. Y'all have a good night, man. Be safe, man. We have people still
You
in here
started
getting their haircut. And they didn't even say bye when they walked out, man. They was just on the show, man. Disrespected, man. Sometimes the fans be disrespectful. Like, they came in for autographs, and then
You
they
wanna
didn't say
tape her?
nothing after they
She's
left.
trying to grow her hair out.
You know what? While we here,
Oh,
I need
and
to,
Stephanie made it
I
in.
need to line up. Yeah, Steph finally made it in.
We thought it was
We might be
traffic.
yelling. We got.
No, it was. It was.
We
It
thought
was.
it was traffic, but apparently it was nails.
Apparently, it was
It
a
was
nail
a
appointment.
Medicare, pedicure. Did you get a pedi?
No.
Okay, well, sorry. It was just a
My-
mani. So she probably would have been extra late. Huh?
People text.
What
me
about my
for
hair?
the damnedest things.
Fire. With the gray streak and everything.
So right now he's talking about his hair, but we're really in here talking about this Dr. Sebi documentary that's about to drop. When is this dropping, Steph?
I don't believe that they
I don't
said a
even think they really
date.
started it yet.
But
though.
no, they did start it. And they're gonna.
So they have started it. I think it's been in process. Nipsey Hussle was a
I
part
think
of this.
maybe within the next year. Or so.
Hopefully
Okay.
they got a few.
Nick Cannon's a big part of this.
Isn't he like the
They're
part?
hoping with
Isn't
a
like he-
year or
he's the
so,
one
a
that-
couple years.
That
Yeah.
got it going.
They did mention though, because I think that Dr. CB had like a bunch of kids. So this set, so CB's daughters
This set.
and Isaiah,
Okay.
I believe it's dietary resolutions or dietary. Don't quote me. I think it's dietary resolutions on Instagram.
Okay,
Those
so
are
they
the
got an
only two
IG
that they
page
are
back.
saying. They have websites, but the links are on there. I think it's dietary resolutions. You want to go and get your products through them because they're the legit. Because there's a lot of people out there trying
selling
to
fakes
hop on the
and-
bandwagon
Okay,
and,
so-
and claim.
So for anybody that's kind of missing out, so this got brought up on the show because I guess Dr. CB's daughter and her son, because Isaiah's her son.
I think they're
or a
siblings.
son.
I think they're siblings.
Oh, I thought it said the daughter and
Oh,
grandson.
maybe it is.
I don't know. Either way, these are family members of his, and they went on T.I.'s podcast. So we were talking about that interview, and the way Steph and James were explaining to me is basically they were just promoting products and selling shit. I don't have a problem with that. Get your money. But then we kind of went into whether or not this documentary is going to drop, which is going to probably, pull the cape back on a lot of these conspiracies. James, go ahead, man. We're about to enter into the conspiracy hour,
Man,
and then we got to get into
which-
Meek versus Nicki.
Oh my god.
So go ahead and talk about some conspiracies real quick.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about
healing cancer.
So yeah,
and-
Well, so
are there like
they-
actual cures for
The fact
cancer, or
that
is
so
the
there,
government
there's
finessing?
there's a lot of cures
They're
for
the
cancer.
biggest
There's a lot of
drug dealers in the
natural
world.
cures for cancer, so they say.
That's true.
But it's just like big farm. You can't. There's no making money in cures. There's like literally, unless it's like
Well, yeah, if you cure
an
everybody.
instant death cure, like Ebola. Of course, there's money in making a cure for Ebola. Do you know there's a patent number on Ebola? Crazy shit. Anyways, on to it. But yeah, there's patent numbers on Ebola.
I mean, if you think that we're all healthy, how are they going to get paid? How's Big Pharma and
Yeah,
doctors?
yeah, no,
They're going to get paid. They're not.
There's no
Yeah,
way.
they don't make no
They
money
wanna
like
keep
that.
Chemotherapy. So they even said, so they say
I don't know
roughly
anything about any of this,
Anywhere
bro.
from like 60 to 70% of cancer patients that do take chemotherapy end up getting sicker and end up dying.
Damn.
So they say it's literally chemotherapy is big farm.
You
getting
know
money.
what? I would love.
And it extends. I mean, of course, it does extend your life, but it
Yeah.
also costs way more money than any
Not
other
to mention all
treatment
the
that you
pain
would.
people
And the
go
pain, you lose
I would
hair.
love it if we could have somebody on, if somebody who is a cancer survivor who is willing to come on the show and talk about their experience going through chemo, you know, start to finish, or you know, however even if you're current, we would
'Cause
love
my
to
thing is,
have
like,
some people on
they
the talk.
chemo, and then it just comes back.
Because I don't know
Like
anything
after
about
rounds
this.
of chemo,
Some of
I
this
I
stuff
agree.
scares me.
I beat it, and then boom, it came back. How?
My
You
great
know-
uncle did that, and basically they gave him too much chemo and basically fried his system, and he was in remission for like 20 years.
They gave
and
him
then-
too much
Yes.
chemo. I didn't know
And
that
he
was
was
a
in
thing.
remission for like 20 years, and then
And what
it
they
came
do for
back
chemo,
and
for
was
extra chemo? They didn't. They're like, oh,
everywhere.
they didn't.
Everywhere.
I bet you they didn't give no money for it. They probably didn't help him out, the family out. Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
man.
crazy.
It's nuts how they do that.
So I'm going to tell you the type of person I am. I have a hard time wanting to take man-made drugs, and
Yeah,
I sound crazy.
I'll put my head in the pillow
I'm
before
literally
taking
the type
Tylenol.
where I'm like, if something happened, we're gonna let it just happen. And people are like, yo, why do you live like that? I'm like, because I'm not paying the fees for some of this medication. Now, recently I was sick and I had flu and a laryngitis. I had to go to urgent care, and I paid the fees to get a small inhaler and a small little bottle of pills so I could recover. But that was for the show. I did that for y'all. I didn't do that for me. Because if it was for me, I would have let it
the show. I
run
would
its
have
course.
just like,
Yeah.
you would have laid up and watched The Office for hours.
So don't try to say that I'm a bullshitter or I'm hypocritical or anything. I'm none of these things. I did that for y'all. I'm a hero. But my thing is, I'm not taking the medication. What is that?
I said, oh, we're not even using the cup today.
Oh, yeah,
I-
fam is in here.
Hey.
My man James is just on the hen, no
look,
cup.
Look, I was gonna be like,
And
oh,
then
I'll
there-
take a little bit.
listen,
and
I'm
then-
gonna
See?
listen.
And
for
I was
those-
trying to tell y'all, see,
Hold on.
they wouldn't have known. They wouldn't have known I had the Henny until he said something.
Listen, for those
Everything
of
was
you,
unless you watch
we
the
would
video.
if we-
Unless you
oh,
watch the
yeah.
video. Half of y'all don't watch the video.
Which they
Other
need
y'all just
I know
listen
y'all
to
need
it.
to watch the video.
I would have
But
been good. Would have
if-
been Gucci. But now y'all gonna go on the page like, yo, James, that's too much Henny. Yo,
You
James,
know what?
probably could-
No one leaves comments. There was one person who left a comment, and he just said "sub to me," and I don't know if he was saying that he wants us to subscribe or to submit. My nigga, I'm not doing either of those things.
I left a comment before.
You left a you left a comment. Yeah, Steph left a comment. I think she said the show is whack or something. I don't know.
Never that. I'm gonna go get a cup. Not for me, for Steph.
So anyway,
Thank you.
let me set the scene for y'all. On this table, we have a computer, a mouse pad, a few cell phones, a half of a Red Bull,
We got
some
some mini
Hennessy,
M&Ms?
a thing of mini M&Ms, and 2 waters. There's loud noises. I think there's Telemundo in the back. The whole place is lit, and there's only like 5 people here. This shit is crazy. But anyway, so Steph, we're diving into Meek versus Nicki. Have you seen some of the stuff that my man Meek is airing out on Nicki? Is she canceled? You think she's about to be canceled?
I mean, me personally, I stopped being a fan a long time ago. Just because I wasn't, her music and everything just switched up and
Yeah.
changed. But I mean, if what he's saying is true, that's
Yeah, if what Meek is saying is true, then Nicki might be done. Now I'll say this: I was a fan of Nicki when she was actually a rapper, like back to the like Lil Wayne No Ceilings days when she was on that mixtape. She had a couple of verses, and then she was still kind of like doing freestyles. You know, back then she was still like, you know, like you could tell she was from the hood. Like she wasn't a Barbie or none of that shit. As soon as she became that, I was like, nah, it's too loud for me. Like you're not.
it's obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean, and then, you know, sometimes she's had some okay verses on some
Yeah,
songs or whatever, but, you know, I haven't really been all that impressed. I think their little relationship was weird because I ain't gonna lie to you. I think they both can do better. So I'm surprised that they did what they did, but now they're exchanging blows publicly. At a store, there was a confrontation.
Did it start at the store? Did it start
I don't know,
else?
man. Someone said that the most recent argument where he's airing her out started because I guess somebody left a comment about a shirt that her fiance had on.
Oh, I didn't
Because
see
he
that,
was
like
looking like
40%
a
off
goof or something like that. And I guess it was at Jimmy Jazz where like a lot of people shop, but maybe Meek was making fun of him for being, being a cheapskate. I don't know. I can't say anything about anybody's clothes, bro. I'm the dustiest dude you've ever seen. I probably wear the same 6 outfits because, why wear what's not already in the laundry, fam? Like, I wash the clothes and then I pull the clothes out and I put the clothes on. Easy peasy. But apparently Meek was giving Buddy a hard time or something, and then they start going at it. But then Meek's talking about Nicki's an abuser and that she beat her sister up and like.
And that she knew about her brother.
Oh yeah, and that she knew about her brother. Her brother just got sent. What did she get sentenced? Like 25 years in prison.
Yeah.
For
like,
molesting an 11-year-old.
His
Right.
stepdaughter,
Right.
or his
Yeah, it's like an 11-year-old stepdaughter.
His stepdaughter.
Listen, I'm gonna say this.
Saying that he knew the whole
Nicki
time.
Minaj, if you knew
She knew
about
the whole
that,
time.
you
you.
are a garbage human. Straight
Can I
trash.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, that's for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. They're in here doing whatever they're doing.
Being grown.
Drinking water.
I mean, you're not being nasty. They're drinking water and sipping Hennessy. That sounded awkward. But anyway, I think listen, I'm going to say this. I think it's really beneath celebrities to exchange blows over Twitter. My thing would be like,
no, you guys had each
Yeah.
other.
That's what I'm saying. You have each other's
phone.
Everything.
yeah, I can understand if it's like, yo, you set somebody's name on a rap lyric, but you don't know them, and the only way they can get a hold of you is Twitter or Facebook or IG. I get that, but like, you two like know a proper way to communicate. If you
What's
really
funny
are
is
in
that
each
like
other's
one will
feelings.
post, and then what they say, another like sub will post, like it'll say at Meek Mill with no spaces, and then the person under it will be Meek dash Mill, and he'll respond and like start talking like they're talking to each other, like they're talking to themselves as separate people.
Do you think it's real, or do you think it's like publicity for a new album? And
So
Well, he had
this one
he
might
had-
be for you
I
to
think it's real,
expose
but
and
maybe
talk
it's
about
not.
her brother like
Oh,
that.
Because
yeah,
so
yeah,
he
that's
also
personal.
had a tweet where he said, "I'm done talking." I'm just paraphrasing. He said something he was done
Right,
talking
right.
because he wasn't trying to make it seem like he was trying to get album sales or some shit like that.
oh, okay.
But also that niggas have been known to try to use reverse psychology
Right.
on people, so maybe he is trying to do that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. What if they both have projects that drop on the same day? And what if it's a joint project and they
project
worked
is
on it
dropping.
together? And what if they're secretly back together and they're in a polyamorous
And-
relationship?
Kenneth Petty is
Oh,
the
no.
producer.
With the two of them? Yeah. Holy shit, wouldn't that be crazy if we found out?
Really his baby.
That's what I'm saying. The three of them were all in a relationship and they was just arguing about who's going to Trader Joe's or
Holy
not.
shit.
And then he made fun of his shirt and then they was posting about it. Nah.
Oh, yo, that was hilarious.
But you know what?
Me
Listen.
photoshopped him in the Jimmy Jazz.
That shirt was terrible. But if
The stance was horrible.
yo,
It looked like that because his jeans were too tight. He couldn't bend his knees, so they were
I would say this. I don't ever want to be the fat nigga in the jeans that are too skinny. Because then you end up looking like an ice cream cone.
Oh man.
There's a few. So I see
And
a
I'm not
few of
doing
those
it.
guys at the club.
But I
It'll
feel
be
like my
those
pants
dudes
that I
at
got
the
on
club.
now are too tight.
And
I'm a
it's-
little bit too.
You ever been to?
I don't know.
You ever been to Saravale? What is it? Saravale Lounge? Saravale.
I've never been to a club.
So. Oh. Well.
Never been to a club. Why do I not believe that?
No, I've never. No.
Nah, that's probably true. I don't know. I
But,
know
you know,
a
it
good bit
has,
about
like,
stuff. I think that's true.
You know the. What do you want to call them? Like the upstate New York Jewish dudes. You know,
yeah,
the
you got
Guidos.
You got to get like right
the
around.
Guido.
Are we talking Italian?
Little bit, you know, but it'll be
You- are
like
you
the
Italian?
I'm
tight
Italian.
jeans.
Yes, that was
and
Italian.
the
Shout
tight-
out to the
but then they got
Italians
the
that
butt
actually
hanging out,
the
like they're
muscle
tucked.
shirts
Yeah, and it's
like
tucked in, but
the
you don't got the
Versace
muscles. It'll be a Versace shirt.
Yeah.
Versace, but
Yeah.
it'll just be like a white tee or a black tee that literally cost them like $600. You know?
Is it like is it a
What's-
Kanye West T-shirt? Is it made of Egyptian cotton? Did y'all ever get one of those when those drop? Shout out to my man James Gatlin. We always used to dream about the day we would be able to get a Kanye West T-shirt. I think it cost like $400.
Which one?
And it was Egyptian cotton.
The first ones?
Like when he first started making clothes, it's like,
The ones with
And
the
it was
holes?
with the holes
No,
and
no,
the neck was
no.
all showing, the neckline.
nah, he had like a line of shirts that he was saying were made out of Egyptian cotton.
Oh, the white
They were-
ones.
yeah.
They're white and
They were
cream.
basically like white
They were
tees.
like the ones that, so they were white tees,
They
but they were
literally
like,
were
Super soft.
white
they're
tees.
kind of like the
Yeah.
ones that he wears during Sunday service.
God, he's so damn
Kinda
Kind of like
dusty,
that,
bro.
man. Kind of like that.
Why does
Wears
he
those.
look like an escaped inmate when he's
So,
doing Sunday service?
The thing is, not even like even before then. So Kanye's
That's
the
true.
Yeezy line is literally based on slave and homeless.
Okay,
Like,
so I guess I gotta retract
I
my
don't,
comment.
but honestly,
I didn't
no,
know
check it
that.
out. But no, he didn't come out and say
But
that.
he's still dusty though.
But originally,
Like, that's
didn't
not
he
what
say
it
he
is.
was going to make it affordable?
It was supposed to be affordable.
Fam, if you were trying to make it affordable,
Way over.
$400 for a T-shirt.
But
Yeah.
what a lot
not
of people
affordable.
were mad about is when he did his first the big Yeezy line and the Yeezy season 2 or whatever came out, and they had the big in Madison Square Garden. They had the big fashion show
Oh,
in
yeah,
Madison Square
Fashion
Garden,
Week, yeah.
and they had
Where everybody was like,
and they had Lil Yachty, and that's when Lil Yachty was like their guest person, and he was in the middle, and this nigga had on a bum shirt. Like, I don't care what you say, bro, it was a bum shirt. Half the
All
shirt
the
was
holes.
dripped down here. It was all holy. He had holy jeans on.
You know-
he had the Yeezy boots. What were those? The 750s?
You know why I'm not ever gonna have no shirt on like that? Because I'd be afraid that the holes will be right around the nipples.
The nip
and my
area?
nipples hang a little bit funny. I don't wanna.
It's just
everybody
gonna-
has
I ain't
them
trying
now,
to.
too.
It's
I ain't
just
trying
gonna
to
hang
scare
over.
nobody.
I got
Yeah.
a lot of Yeezys. I got a lot of Yeezy shoes. I don't have any.
Listen.
I don't have any
My son does.
shirts.
I used to get the shoes just so I could flip them to pay bills.
Shirts or anything like that.
That's the only thing Kanye ever did to me. So
Man,
yeah,
what
I'm
happened-
sorry,
what
Kanye.
happened
I used to
your
flip your
account,
shoes
bro?
when I was
What
broke.
happened to the Nike thing that you was doing and all that stuff?
Bro, I stopped doing that. It's
Why?
too much damn
You
work.
could have just passed it on to somebody else.
No, I had time for that.
Or you could have passed it on to somebody else.
I'll take it.
I probably could have done
You
that.
could have connect. You could have gave me the connect.
So this is the thing.
I need the connect. You still got the connect?
Listen,
He's like, oh.
Nike, I will wear your clothes for a lifetime. All you have to do is provide me with your clothes for a lifetime.
Of course, everybody would wear your clothes if you would provide them.
Listen,
for a
man, chill.
lifetime.
I'm
That's
trying to
not
get the deal
point.
done, bro.
I'm trying to get your connect.
No,
See, selfish.
I can make some calls for you if you need something.
I've-
but I've been asked not to try to. We're trying to phase out of that.
Phase out of-
Even my connect is trying to phase. He's trying to quit Nike.
Well, you tell your
I
connect.
don't know why he's trying to quit
You
Nike.
tell your
but he
connect to
trying.
then put me into his connect, and he can phase out. I'll
Your
phase
friends
him
get
out.
with my friends.
You gotta go
And we can
work
all
at
be
Nike
friends.
for 15 years. Then that'll
Uh-huh.
help you out.
No, I can't do that for 15. I got 15 years
Yeah.
working at Nike, bro. But you got people that have already been there for that.
No,
time,
no.
right?
All
That's why,
my
see,
all my people are phasing out.
that's the problem
oh,
sometimes
yeah.
with the black.
Because I have
community,
multiple
you know?
connects, and they're all.
We don't really connect like we're supposed to connect.
We connecting
you
right
know?
now. I don't know what you're talking
We
about.
are, but why can't you put me on with another connect?
Listen, man, I'm trying to put you onto this so then we can get real Nike deals. The connect is running out because the connect is trying to be done. They're
So
parting
you
ways.
won't need a connect. You will be the connect, right?
Listen.
Yeah, no.
You see this type of disrespect I get on Black History
you'll
Month.
get, like,
I'm a
the,
black man trying to put on another black man.
But he's not
Man,
though.
black-
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get put on
and that
in
black
the
man-
shoe industry. You know that's what I've been trying to do.
Can I
from
finish
the
my
jump.
sentence? I'm
No,
in
you're
a-
trying to belittle me right
I'm in
now.
a Martin Luther King I have a dream type of speech about Nike right now.
I'm in a Malcolm X. Stand for your rights.
Sorry. Listen, man, sometimes it get a little too black up here. Anyway, let's get back into these stories. So, since we're on the topic of race, so I want to read something that my friend Antoinette sent me. And she asked me,
Did you hear him when he was talking about Rush?
Yes.
man, we don't care about Rush anymore. So let me show you this thing. Oh, hold on, no, she tagged me in it on Facebook. Ah, man, I'll be able to read it then, because people tag me in so much shit. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway, she sent me this post where this black girl was saying how she thinks it's corny when black men date white girls and black women date white guys. And she had all these random
reasonings.
things. Yeah, but I want to read it.
It's probably super corny.
And I want to try to not
probably
just
super
disrespect
corny.
her. even though we probably
Sorry.
are. That's what I do on the show.
Sorry, not sorry. You're probably corny.
And I'm only gonna. I want to let y'all speak on it first after I read it, and then I'll kind of give my take. I can't find it. Let's just dive into.
Can you paraphrase?
She was saying something along the lines of she thinks that people should stay in their own lane, obviously.
Race traitor.
And then she was saying that she thinks that she said something about the parents of mixed kids, where she's like, they're on some bullshit too, because I've heard them say the N-word before. So I think she's maybe just talking about people she knows, her personal experiences. I don't fault her for that, but at the same time, I think you are hella ignorant to
And
post that.
closed-minded.
Yeah, to post that on your social media. Now, I'll say this. People are entitled to post whatever the F they want. I personally don't care. So my response to it was that, and I think reading this will kind of get... Okay, so she mentioned something about it's corny for us to date outside of our races as black people because then we're dating the oppressor. So she literally was saying that white girls are the oppressor, white men are the oppressor. And so, as crazy as that shit sounds. So I said, I think this girl's post is corny, but only because I believe in the power of all people. I am not a subscriber to the idea that one race has all the answers or some shit. I can maybe agree that a white person may not ever have a full understanding with my life as a black man, but I won't say it's because they are the oppressor. I genuinely don't view that shit like that. And mainly because, like, I know at one point they were, but in my lifetime, I'm sure in some small ways we get oppressed, but like, I'm not being oppressed in the way that my ancestors were oppressed. Like, no one's got me tied up to some shit. Like, no one's in my face calling me names and whipping me. It doesn't make any of this shit like, you know, less or whatever. I'm not like diminishing it or saying that it's non-existent, because I know that it is. But like, I'm not walking around being like, oh, there's an oppressor, there's another one right there, oh, there's three more. Like, I'm not doing that shit to white people.
There's an oppressor.
I don't care about it enough for
There's
that.
a colonizer. That's right.
I'm not the type
That's
of
horrible.
African American male that does all that, because like I said, I believe in the power of all people. Like, I've learned a lot of valuable lessons from white people, black people, Asians, Latinos. Like, I mean, I'm part black, part Puerto Rican.
I got a question
What
for
do I
you.
look like being disrespectful to other races?
You know any Africans in your family?
Any actual Africans?
Actual Africans
Shit, no, they
in your family.
They probably all on
Do
my
you
dad's side.
believe that your family's from Africa?
My family personally?
You personally?
No.
Do you
They're
believe that
they're
anybody...
from a combination of Buffalo, New York, and Atlanta, Georgia.
Not ancestry.
Even that though, that's what I'm. So, do you know your great grandmother?
Okay.
I did know my mom's grandmother, which is my great grandmother. I met her briefly.
Does she know any Africans?
Fam, I met her when I was a very small child.
I say that to say
At
so.
that point, she
I'm
was
saying is
104,
that
so she was. Shout out to you.
There's this
Old as
thing
hell.
in the black community, and even the community in general, and not that. All black folks came from Africa.
I'm cool
all
with
black
that.
I don't believe it.
I mean, that
Don't believe
seems
it.
more
Egypt's
likely.
still Africa though, technically. But what I'm saying, so I've talked to a couple of my family members about it. Talked to other black folks, family members, and all that other. So there's a lot of people that feel like their family didn't come from Africa, and the reason why is because you got to think about when slavery was going on. Yeah, last time was it 1940s,
I mean, fam, we still
60s.
It's kind of still happening.
Well, yeah, of course, everything.
Prison.
The NFL is another way of pretty much slavery type of thing. And whatnot. But what I'm saying is that
I don't know.
you have.
All right, Hurst, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Is that so? My great grandmother, I asked her, "Do you know any Africans?" She laughed at me because she's
Her and his grandma.
she's Native American. She's half Native. She's more Native than black. She
Okay.
doesn't have any African ancestors in her bloodline.
How does she know that for sure though?
I just don't know. I made it.
Cause see, my thing is like, how do I know absolutely for sure? Because you can't trust record.
You can't, not at all.
And
the
then
Ancestry.coms and all that stuff and whatnot.
I think that's a scam. I think that's
huge
just them
scam.
trying to get your
Huge
DNA
scam.
on file.
Huge scam. Remind me
They
about
already
that
got
because
mine,
found my
fam.
dad.
remind me about that because
Stop,
shit
did you
about
really?
that. So you know
Steph
what?
literally
Check it out.
said
So
she found her dad
last
through
year found my
Ancestry.
I'm gonna
dad.
go. So
That's
check this out.
crazy.
So you got to
Maybe it does work.
not Ancestry.com, but the other one,
23andMe.
23andMe. So 23andMe, this would if you actually break everything down with
I don't know
23andMe,
what that. It's the same.
it's the same thing,
Okay.
same
And
exact
it
thing and
tells you
whatnot.
like what diseases you're susceptible
23andMe
to or whatever.
is
How
one
the
that.
fuck did they
So the
know?
thing is, it's pushed by YouTube. Like you'll find a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of these influencers and all that stuff pushing it on YouTube or whatnot. And then if you dig further more into it, the owner of YouTube, like the founder of YouTube or whatever, his wife is the founder of 23andMe.
Well, that's convenient.
So it's like the point where it's like, okay, well now you get to a point where like I got these influencers that are getting paid by YouTube.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I stop you right there? So look, I gotta say this. Every time my man tells me one of these stories, I walk away.
A smarter person.
No. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But
More educated.
Listen, I definitely walk away being like, you know what? Who do we trust?
Who can you trust?
Because now it's clear that somebody is lying about something.
Yeah. It's everything. Everything in life.
Continue with your story.
I don't even know because you interrupted me.
I did say I was sorry for
You
that.
said they were fraud. As far as like the
And they brought
Ancestry.
snacks.
Yeah.
Man, this
Something
show,
like
this
that.
show is lit.
Would you want one?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh,
Man.
I
no.
almost stopped at
okay.
I'm on a
Little
diet.
Caesars because you were talking about Little Caesars.
Yeah, take that
No,
one.
I'm
No, it's
no,
okay.
for real. I'm on a. All right, I'm gonna take it. Go ahead. Man. Sure, we're eating on the show, but.
It's a special.
Oh.
Special.
I know what that
You
is.
take that home too. I got some at the house.
Okay, bet we got gifts on here. Matter of fact, let me put this up. But anyway, like I was saying, I walk away from this show feeling not suspicious, but I question a lot of things.
You really should because
I don't know who to trust. At this
It's the
point.
power. So they say the powers that be for a reason. You know, everybody said in all different markets. You'll hear sportscasters say, "Oh, the powers that be." You'll hear government people talk about the powers that be. You'll hear simple people like me talk about the powers that be, because there's always a puppet master. There's always somebody doing the puppet master. Break it down. You go
busload of these Pinocchio ass
the
niggas,
money.
too.
You know, money comes from the World Bank. World Bank
Yeah, you
isn't
talked
government.
about this last time.
You know, the World Bank isn't the government related. So now, every time that we get money, the money's taxed. It's already taxed. So now the fact that we're in a perpetual debt. So anytime that we think that we're going to get out of debt, the money that we get out of debt comes from the World Bank, and it's already taxed. So it's literally something that you will never ever get out of debt from, because the money that you're going to make, the money that you're going to get, comes from the World Bank, and the World Bank already taxes it.
Listen.
So it's already taxed.
I'm gonna say for myself, I've already made peace with the fact that none of the money I have actually
Is
belongs to me. I just need the government to get to a point where they feel comfortable enough to lend me millions of dollars so I can make sure that me and all my friends can hang out and go on vacation.
And they know it's not mine. Like, just know
And
I
I
know
am
it's
cool.
not mine.
When I
know
die,
it's not my
if
money.
anything, you can have it back, or we can just, sign the loan over to the
Or-
people who come under. That's all it essentially
Or
is, right?
you can just use my social security number because it is credit.
Y'all don't want to use mine at the moment.
The social security
things
number.
are
So
a
that's
little
why
bit-
we have social security numbers, because they consider us people as credit.
I thought my social security number was my
Hence,
actual name.
slavery. That's slavery. It's just the modern day slavery. So now that's why
I get it, man.
your name, you're literally money.
You know what?
You ever seen that thing online when they say, like, go online, put in your social security number in this thing or whatnot, and it'll show that you are technically owed this amount of money from the government or whatnot?
Or like unclaimed property.
Yeah, that's because you're that unclaimed property.
So it was basically telling me how much I'm worth.
Yeah, Pretty
Well,
much.
listen, government,
and that was,
if you listen, if I'm
it's
less
like the
than
new age
10,000, I'm
slavery.
coming
That's
for
literally what
somebody.
they got it from slavery days. Is
How much you think you're worth, Steph?
I'm priceless.
man,
Look.
somebody probably trade me for half of this Henny bottle.
Listen.
How much of the hint have you had? Fam just said I'm priceless. Oh my God! Listen, I think I'm worth like 500,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not even a lot of money these days.
I'm
500,000.
a couple mil.
I have a
Actually,
lot of
no, never
skills,
mind. Hold
but
on.
I don't
So,
have a lot of
I'm
skills.
worth a couple mil, but then you got to subtract the debt that I got,
Why are you yelling at us? Bro?
and then it gets to the. Well, you told me I got to talk it to the camera.
Oh yeah, you right.
Hey, that debt, bro.
I know
That
that
debt
is getting
ain't
people
no
fired
joke,
up. Let's
bro.
not even get into that.
That
No.
debt ain't no joke. My
Oh,
kids got
hold on.
debt.
I just bought a house, so
My kids got debt. Hey, you know what? Yeah, let's.
affordable.
I'm gonna transition into this kid's debt.
Never said it to kids.
The debt comes in because how do kids got debt?
What are we
My
trying- I still
7-year-old son has
I got
debt.
a lot to talk about.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man.
about
It's debt. All right,
So
continue. We're gonna come back to the school debt, though. My son has debt, and he's 7 years old. It's that bullshit.
that sounds like a problem that his father has to deal with.
No, it's a problem that you got to deal with too.
Anyway, before we get upset about debt, did you see where the car broke through the barrier at the Super Bowl parade?
That's because it
What
was a
happened?
trash ass Super Bowl parade. Did you see how many people were there?
Like a couple 100,000,
Mm,
3,000.
man.
Was it really? I mean, it's Kansas City in the middle of the day. The
Bruh,
barbecue ain't
there
cooked up
was-
until like 11, ain't it?
Bro, it was so we shut it all the way down.
I've seen pictures of the
It really
Seattle
did.
one.
Seattle's was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, even
Seattle's
Doug
was
told me that it was
ridiculous,
lit.
man.
He said it was
I
I
crazy.
skipped school.
Listen, I'll tell you this, man.
I skipped school and was down there. I'm not even a Seahawks fan, and I was down in that bitch.
See, and that's the thing. Because I'm not a fan, I'm not going down there to deal with all those people.
would've. It was dope.
Fam, no, I would
It
not
was
have.
fine. You know what? You wouldn't.
You
have,
want to
because-
know this
because you're that
if,
dude,
if
man.
I
You're that
told, if
negative
I would
Nancy.
have
I think
told
the
you
energy
guys,
was just amazing.
It was so live.
if you guys only knew about the stuff that I skipped out on because I was like, no, I'm not doing that because it's outside, it's too cold, it's too hot. I'm not doing that.
You're just a negative.
Some of the
Nancy
things I've
person.
missed out
How
on.
are you too hot? Aren't you from Florida?
You know, I had somebody that was, and this is a girl that I was
Didn't
talking
you
to a
live in
long time
Texas?
ago, tried to take me to a Beyonce concert. I was like, I'm not going to that.
I went to a Beyonce concert.
And I know that that's an experience. I said, I'm not going to that. It's too. It's,
You know,
nah, I'm
I
not
only
doing
went
that.
to one concert.
It was so. It was an experience. I was cold as
I had somebody
shit.
try to take me to Six Flags, so I'm not going to that.
What?
I'm not going to that. I don't do amusement parks. Why would I go to that? Even if it's free, why would I go to that? You can have fun. I'll be in the hotel. Then you just pay for me to come to be at a hotel doing what I can do at home. Why would I go to that? So that's why when people invite me places, you
I'm
know what I
the
be
same way, though.
thinking?
I don't like to
Why
be
would I
late
go to
group.
that?
That's why you be boning out on bowling.
First of all,
My guy
fam,
is scared.
I
of
tell
bowling.
you all the time.
Of
Let me
what?
know when you want to go.
And
to
I
the
do
lane.
tell you. Then what?
Hold on.
When I do tell you
Hold
what
on.
happens.
What happens is that by the time you hit me up, I'll be asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause
6
why?
o'clock.
Why would I go to that?
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the evening.
You know what?
So you gotta say next week.
Listen.
6 o'clock. Oh
6
man,
o'clock.
I have.
You
So
know what?
don't see. He's trying to lie right
Nah,
now. Sorry,
let's-
sorry,
let's-
people.
Let's
we're,
ball
we're
this
getting
week,
there.
bro.
We're getting there. So
he want the
We
fade.
could do
I
a
did
show.
run his
Look,
fade.
we should do a show from the bowling alley.
Oh, hold on. Tower Lanes in Tacoma, bowling and mini golf. I'm trying to get a Tower Lanes deal. If y'all need free promo, I'll take that in exchange for
what's
free
good?
bowling.
You guys need free haircuts. You know, I'll throw that in
Because
for some
I
free
feel
bowling
for
too.
free bowling,
I'm with it.
I will do, because we're not at the point where we can be asking for money. We can't do that. But
He
if
needs
I
free
will-
bowling. He
I
needs
will
practice. Practice.
Did he just disrespect me?
Yeah, I did.
Like I said, you let me know time
What's
and
the
a place.
record?
I'll pull up. I'm off at 3
I'm-
p.m. almost every
So
day.
I'm pretty sure
only
I
busy on
have the
Tuesdays
winning
and
record
Thursdays,
when it
dog.
comes to this. I have the winning record.
Man, actually, last time we went, I think Wingo beat us twice. And I
he
think
did.
Hernan won again. Shout out to my man Wingo.
Yeah,
Yo,
we
you
did.
know
But
what?
the
You know what's
problem is,
crazy?
this is the problem with my boy Wingo. He gets the
Here we go.
lightest ball that you could possibly get and launches it Doesn't even look. Like, my boy launches it
You
down.
know, I mean, some people they got to do what they got to do.
And it just
you know?
blows up. Half the time it'll go to the gutter, and he threw it so hard it
Bounce back.
out of the gutter and blows it all up.
You know,
That's another time,
who
another
else
story.
went with us? Hernan went with us that one
we
time.
recruited out. Ernan still tries to say that he had the highest score out of all of us because I think we had 160.
I think combined total.
That's what
ended
he
up
was
with
trying
it
to say.
because like the last
That's what he
game
was trying
no
to
one
say.
was playing.
So
but
we had
like,
three. We played three
he
games.
wasn't winning the games.
He lost every game, but at the end he had an accumulative of more than we did. And so after that, he'll bring that up to the fullest.
Yeah,
to the
the
fullest.
last game,
Love him
my
to
pride
death.
was in the gutter the whole time.
Trash.
See, that's my
at
only
bowling.
thing, man. I always wanted to be a professional bowler, but I can only play like 2 games, and I'm like, all right, I'm tired of this. Let's go do something.
My
else.
form starts going off after
After like the
It's-
third one.
It's really because the
he's
alcohol
trash.
takes over. By the third frame,
The alcohol takes over.
by the third frame, I'm hennied out because the first 2 I already whooped his butt.
Are they serving Henny at the bowling outfit? What was that round
Yeah.
1? They didn't have
We were at
Henny
round
over
1.
there.
Hey, I had Henny in the car.
Oh, that's right. Yo, shout. You know what? We probably can't say that. I don't want to blow up a homegirl spot. But shout out to the Connect. That's all I'll say.
Hey, she lives in California now. So shout out to round 1 for the past. Y'all was dope back then,
We
but now
was-
now y'all trash.
We was able to get bowling for damn near nothing at round 1
For all of us.
Yeah. Homegirl
We
was
took
really.
like 2
I don't
lanes.
know your name, fam, but you had a good lineup.
Gabby.
I remember Gabby.
Gabby.
My sister's name is Gabby. That should be easy to remember. Gabby had a solid lineup.
She did.
And then she hooked us up with some good bowling. So
Gabby's dope.
Yeah.
Gabby lives in LA. She's
what is
down there.
Gabby doing in LA?
What is she doing? She is she's an entrepreneur. She is in all different outlets. Her girl does music.
Does
Her
she
girl's like on an
still-
Amazon show.
Does she still have a
Like-
connect to the bowling? now?
No, she lives in Los Angeles.
I mean, she still has people here. Maybe there's a.
I'm about to go
Look,
get the
look,
connect
now
in,
they're-
in
now
Los
they're gonna look
Angeles.
out for you.
See?
Well, we're not
Remember
going to
that
round 1
guy?
anyway. You know
Remember
what?
one time?
I don't really F with round 1 like that. I don't
Because
like.
the
I
music's
don't like their
trash now.
accommodations.
I don't like any of that.
Nah, you know what?
Everything
I'm gonna be
went
honest
downhill.
with you. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like round 1. Round 1, y'all's pizza's nasty as hell. Somehow it burned my mouth and was cold at the same time. So I don't. Nah, round 1, you're not ever getting my business because your pizza was nasty.
Burned my mouth and was cold.
I felt disrespected.
The anomaly is just
And you
off
know what's
the
crazy?
Richter.
So the last time we went, we had pizza there, right? I paid for it, right? Not a big deal, but this pizza was kind of small and it was $26 fucking dollars. And then it tasted like shit. I'm like, why did we? I mean, we got the bowling. I guess I can't really say that.
I had my
The
son's
bowling
birthday
for
there,
free.
and it was just
It was janky, right?
yeah.
So
horrible.
they got new
Yeah.
I
owners.
kept having to go get my
They had
own
new
stuff
owners
and
and
get
all
my-
this.
Yeah,
random
no,
stuff
I don't
and all
want to hear nothing about new owners.
They're
You know
not.
what? If you ain't got to, if you want to prove to me that you're better,
So
give
low
me free
key,
pizza.
this is literally what happened. So my boy used to work. One of my clients used to work there. He said what happened was they realized that it was getting too dark.
No.
Yo.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to you. That's why when you go in
Damn,
there,
round 1 is in
they don't play.
Sequilla.
They don't play any more hip hop or anything like that anymore. Remember they would
Yeah,
play
yeah.
dope ass songs. You go in there now, it's the most random ass music. The first time we were there, they played Drake's back to back, the whole album pretty much, while we were there.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
They played the whole. If we returned, it was dope. But now you go there now, they're playing. They're not even.
Justin
Yeah, not even
Bieber.
that. Bieber's too black.
First of all, no, he is.
They're not playing. Hey, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But for them, they are.
He thinks
He
he
is. They're not playing Yummy Yum in.
Y'all are wild. See how the hen be acting?
They're not playing Yummy Yum over there at round 1.
I think we should check in at with Tower Lanes. We gotta try to secure that bag.
Was that
That
Tacoma?
bowling bag. Yeah, Tacoma. I'm willing to drive to Tacoma for Tower Lanes. Now, shout out to all my Tacoma people.
like
I
deep
always
in
say that because I'm always saying that prior to me disrespecting Tacoma for being so damn dusty. But Tower Lanes is lit. I like it. And it's kid friendly, so if you got kids, go over
Is
there.
that like
It's not
north
the
end?
east
Is
side.
that like the north
It's not
end?
east side Tacoma. It's by
Is it the
it's
North
off
End?
16.
Because
Yeah,
technically the North End is like money. I know a few football players, like NFL football players that live in
I've
North
gone
End,
to
Tacoma.
Tower Lane several times, fam, and I love that place, but they're not giving off the vibe that they're rolling in cash.
It's not point
What about the West
And I
Seattle?
love
West
that
Seattle
about
Bowl?
it because West Seattle
West
Bowl's
Seattle
too
Bowl.
fancy.
What about
The
It's
fuck?
lit though. It's too fancy for
what
me.
about what is it, Highline?
Highline's lit because it's old and it's janky and it's ghetto. That's why I like to bowl at. It remind
I mean,
me of
we
being
can
back
always
home.
go.
I need a place that has.
Fam, I'm not going to school.
No, I'm not getting
I'm not getting
Hold on
murdered
now.
for this shit.
It's like you trying to after hours? Like,
Nah.
what do you mean?
Not finna die behind
I'm
this.
good.
Nah,
I'm
shout
good.
out
He
to
already gets
Skyway,
killed
though.
on the lane. He don't even get killed in the streets. This
This
guy.
guy.
Yeah, me. Winner.
Anyway, we're gonna take a short break, man, and then when we come back, Steph is gonna talk to us about this person she went to middle school and high school with, and a lot of people already knew this, but
he
because
trash?
no, hold
Is
on,
she
let me finish. This person that she went to school with was on Snapped. So when we come back, we're gonna talk about that shit. Thank you for tuning in to the Mimical Jackson Show. We are live on Track Talk Radio every Tuesday, every Thursday. Come here for your most recent Snapped update. Well, it's not recent. Apparently, this already happened, and someone told me that or Cheese told me I've seen this episode, and I do not remember
I
this
swear you
shit.
probably did,
I
yeah.
don't know,
one
man.
of my
But we'll be
shows.
right back with it.
Oh, that's one of my shows,
Yeah,
man.
I always-
Snapped.
Snap or spray.
Oh,
Snap is
shit.
crazy. Okay.
Especially like the old ones, because I don't. Do they make new ones? I don't think they make new ones.
They do.
They do.
They make new
This is
snaps.
from
Shout out to
season
Oxygen,
9.
baby.
Season 9.
They make new
Season 9,
snaps.
fam. On Hulu, there's episodes in season 26.
Yeah, no, hers is season 9.
Jesus Christ. So I don't know
Shit,
how I missed
how
this
young
shit.
was she when she did this? 15.
No, I want to say it was like in 2015, maybe.
Tell him what prompted you to tell me about the story, though. It's based on your story about
Lululemon.
Lululemon.
Hey, oh,
She worked at
I
Lululemon.
know them.
Yes.
Was she on? That was her.
Yes,
The,
she
that
killed her
was
coworker.
her. The light skinned girl,
Yeah.
the black girl, right?
Coworker.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
have I
God.
met her before.
She
You
turned
probably
better
did.
way.
Yeah,
Because I went to school with
I
her.
think I met her.
hmm
Yeah. You know what?
Brittany
See, this is
Norwood.
what people that gotta understand. Like,
Do you
what
think
people,
we'll be able to get her to call in and be on the show?
Okay. I'm not
What? I
even.
want to talk
This-
to a
I
serial
don't even
killer.
want to open that.
This is what people don't understand
Who's
about
gotta
Lululemon.
tell her that you're a part of this shit?
I really didn't get like.
I'll
really
have
get to
Sherry
dig into
reach
the
out
fucking
on
thing
our
about
behalf
Lululemon.
because it's her channel.
So low
Oh,
key,
yep.
Sherry, reach
it
out.
was only a matter of time before somebody snapped at Lulu. It was only a matter of time. Lululemon. So what Lululemon does, they are. I don't know about the stores anymore. The stores won't do it. They only hire people through like seasonal. You know,
Like temp
seasonal,
agency.
like
I heard
temp
your-
agency,
I
whatever.
heard your
But yeah, they do the
thing,
temp
yeah.
at
Coming
the
in through the
warehouses
temp
and whatnot,
agency.
so
I've
that
never been. They
you can
don't-
get fired. They can fire you that day. I've seen people get fired hours after they were hired.
Yo, shout out to
After
niggas that's
they were
working jobs
brought
for 3
in.
hours and then getting
Literally, because they're like, oh, you know,
Hey.
you're not the culture. Pretty much what they say, like, hey, you're
Who is
not the
that?
person that we
Dusty ass
can
girl.
She's lost, I think.
really get you into the biz.
We got
But
people walking in the background
what they
and
do,
looking
they send you to
crazy.
this
It's
place
Kent
called
Washington
Landmark.
for you.
It's a place called Landmark Forum.
He says like Scientology or something,
It's
right?
literally a Scientology project place.
How are they
love
allowed
this.
to do that though?
So it's because
Why do you know so much about
conspiracy?
conspiracy theories?
like try to convert
Bro,
people.
Because I have been so this.
Oh, that's right. You used to
no,
work at Lululemon.
Not even
right?
that. So that's why I know about their conspiracy shit. But what had happened? This is why I know about this shit or whatever.
Like what had happened
In
was-
school, when I was in when I was a freshman in high school, my science teacher is I don't really want to call him crazy.
Nah,
But he
just
was
say
the
it,
one. He
crazy.
was the one that said. So he told me that the only way that you know how there's that low key but not low key myth about only using 10 to 20% of your brain.
Yeah.
You know. So it's not true. It's not all the way true. You know, you obviously you use a little more than 10 to 20% of your brain. But what happens is psychedelics are the only thing that unlocks portions of your brain. They're catalysts.
Okay.
So say you take shrooms or acid or something, or it's really the main one is called
If there's
DMT.
any kids watching this, we do not
Main
condone
one is called
the
is
use of
DMT.
drugs.
DMT is ditryptamine, whatever, but it's the most natural drug in the world, but it's the most illegal drug in the world, or in the U.S. pretty much. The reason why it's so illegal in the U.S. is because
They can't tax it yet.
it promotes imagination. It's your pineal, your third eye, your pineal gland or whatnot. So it's the reason. You know,
I meditate for that.
literally.
Well, I mean, you don't
like,
want
literally.
you don't want anybody getting out of hand and trying to
Do
be
you know,
the king around
you
here.
hear
You know
about,
what I'm saying? Gotta suppress people
What
in
is
their
that shit?
growth.
What is that called? Fluoride. You know fluoride. You know, you go to the dentist and they're all about fluoride, all about fluoride.
See, I don't know none.
So
about
what this
none of
does?
this
So
shit.
listen up then.
I
So what
am
happens
listening,
is,
nigga, you next
so
to
you
me.
take fluoride. Fluoride in the U.S. is a big thing in the U.S. Dentists, doctors, all that shit.
I know that.
You look at all that shit. But
Calcifies.
what it does, it calcifies your pineal gland. It calcifies your imagination. You know what calcifies means, right? It
Yeah.
hardens that shit. So it hardens your pineal gland so that you don't have imagination. So you don't dream. You don't have your lucid dreams to where you have an imagination. These kids and whatnot. So
This is wild.
if you can break, like, I don't know the exact number, but multiple countries around the world ban fluoride. Fluoride is illegal in multiple countries around the world.
But we use it here.
Yeah, because
They don't want
because
you to,
we're sad to say we're stupid when it comes down to it. We're one of the dumbest countries in the world, and that's because they want us that way.
I mean, I can see that. Like I said, you don't want anybody
They
getting
want
too
it that
big
way.
for their
And
britches.
so they
out
keep
here.
doing, and that's why they wanted.
Gotta hold
That's why they
people
wanted
back.
dead all these people that are like Dr. Sebi, like these people that are promoting.
We gotta protect Nick
that are
Cannon.
promoting life, that are promoting imagination, that are promoting growth, that are promoting.
I'm one of those people.
You know,
I gotta
having-
protect me now.
Having something that's not
What's up with it?
constricted by the government and that's not taxed by the government. And that's pretty much that. Like when you hear somebody talking about they're going to take a spirit walk or they're going to go find themselves and they go to Hawaii and something, you know, like a big plush land like that, is because
somewhere tropical,
DMT
sun.
actually grows in environments. You can actually extract DMT from plants. So that's why DMT is the most illegal drug in the world, because of what it can do for a person. And that's why marijuana was illegal for so long, because they thought hippies, it expanded their mind. All they want to do was love and do smart shit. and they deaded it. They wanted to be dead because they don't want you to have a mind of your own. And that's the US mantra. Don't think
what?
for yourself.
I'm just waiting for this shit to turn into like Terminator, the Salvation one. You know, we're all-
I just watched the new Terminator. It was actually a decent one.
Don't say that.
It was decent.
Listen, man, you know that movie's
But
not
my
good.
thing is, did you watch it?
I don't need to
Yeah,
watch it.
'cause
I can tell
see,
it's not good.
You don't know. Don't talk about old girl like that. My thing is about the Terminator is that they made so many movies. What's the storyline?
Speaking of movies,
That's what I want. Like, what's the storyline of
did
Terminator?
you see the preview for Fast 9?
Fast 18? Yes, I did. I did see that.
My whole
Who,
thing
like-
is like, we really still
So, he has a white brother now? John Cena?
Is
So
he
you
white?
John Cena's white as shit, bro.
No, I'm talking about is Vin Diesel.
No,
white?
he's not. That's what I'm saying. So Vin Diesel has a white brother? John Cena?
Hold on. We'll let this other song play. Let's get into this.
There's John Cena.
Yeah, so John Cena is Vin Diesel's
Vin
brother.
Diesel's brother in this movie.
Maybe stepbrother.
And so
I think that's what it is. Nah, man, I think it's a real brother.
And so you remember how Charlize Theron was in it? And the
She's
the
in it
last
again,
one?
and she has a
Yeah,
bowl
yeah.
cut.
So it's the
I
worst bowl
swear
cut.
on everything.
It's
she
a
has
real life bowl cut.
cut.
Real life bowl.
Why?
So they bring her in it.
Fam, I don't
And
know.
so they're trying to bring it, you know,
to
from
prove
the,
that
from
she's
the
the
last
man
one.
of the house.
They bring her in it. She finds Toretto's brother or whatever, and she's like, "Yo, do you want to kill him? You should kill, like, you know, bigging
So
up
this
all
is
this
my
shit."
thing. You're estranged from your brother. Why do you have some random desire to kill him on
Out of
we
nowhere.
ain't seen you in 9
Apparently,
years.
you got to watch Fast 18.5.
Bro, I'm telling you like this.
You want me to go back and watch them all?
You
Listen,
got to.
Anybody who knows me knows.
Because
love
you know
Paul
Han
Walker.
comes back.
That's that's my next point. Let me get into this.
My nigga Han comes back.
Everybody knows that I love Paul Walker. I refer to him as the great one. Shout out to Paul Walker. I wish that the movies would have been done when Paul was done. You already killed Han.
Right.
You can't bring
him back.
Listen, Dominic Toretto, you don't have resurrecting type of abilities. You can't bring niggas back from the dead. Now it's like
He brought Letty back.
So was Han not dead? Did we watch that car explode on
This
two
is what's
different
gonna. So
movies
this
for
is
no
my
reason?
take on this. So this is my take on this. So you remember how Han was?
We got 3 minutes.
Remember how Han was paid? He's part of the triad or whatever. All the money.
Yeah.
Niggas was paid. He paid the white boy to wreck his car pretty much just because he wanted to. Just to see.
Because he was getting money.
Yeah,
It didn't
so-
matter. Wreck my shit. I don't care.
You don't think he has enough money to fake his death?
How'd he fake his own
Get
death
the
later in a
triads.
car chase?
I know.
You know how elaborate and crazy you gotta be thinking to be like, yo, and then we're gonna be in a chase, and then you come in, you flip my car over, and then it's gonna explode. It's gonna look like I'm in it. Nah.
But what happened? So what they're gonna
Was
do?
he really in it?
What happened? What's it?
Now I'm
Remember
questioning.
there was a
the
few
title.
movies. There was a few movies
Like,
when
did they
that
bring
happened.
his girlfriend back? Remember when they was on the one movie where they're jumping off the plane? And
Well, she never died. She didn't die.
She jumped off the plane,
She
bro.
didn't die. That's the Wonder Woman.
She had a.
That's
yeah,
Wonder
she-
Woman, right? You talking? That was the
She
actress.
did not have no parachute.
That
on.
was the actress that played Wonder Woman. So I'm pretty sure. Isn't she in
She had
another
a
movie after
parachute.
that?
You think she's coming
She
back?
was in Fast 7. Wasn't she in Fast 7?
That's my point. Is I don't fucking know anymore because all the movies are backwards. You had,
There's too many of them.
like, is Bow Wow coming back?
Nah, man, because Bow Wow was
Okay,
in.
so I heard that there's one dude coming back. You remember in the very first movie, not the guy who was Jesse who drove the white Volkswagen, but the one guy who yells at the pizza guy and says, "Find a new way home, pizza boy." You remember him? Exactly. He's coming back in the movie.
no,
Nobody
no,
knows
no,
who
no,
that
no, no, no. I
is.
do know who that is.
Why
I
is
do.
he
I do
coming
remember
back?
who that is because he didn't die. He didn't get killed.
Fam, he didn't have a
He was the
story.
white boy. He was the white boy that had the.
He just was there.
He was just there. So everybody else died off. So you got to bring somebody back. Maybe they'll bring they're probably going to bring the Dominican dudes back.
I heard that they did get Paul Walker's brother to come.
They did.
So
Well,
he
they
has
did.
no purpose in the movie
So
unless he's
they
bringing
did.
back.
They did Paul Walker's brother the last time
to
when
be
Paul
a
Walker died to
stunt
finish
double.
off.
Yeah,
To finish
exactly.
off the movie.
So if he comes back, that means they're gonna have Paul in the movie again.
Well, maybe it's like a
Or
throwback.
wrong.
Maybe it's a prequel.
But you know what? I feel like if Paul was watching this shit,
Prequel.
he'll be upset. It's
I
not
mean,
a prequel.
There's a lot of people that would
It
be
can't
upset.
be a prequel because Ludacris is.
There's
in
a
the
lot
movie.
of people that died that would be upset if they saw movies that they were in previously.
Listen, I know this is gonna be the craziest thing anyone's ever said. I think Paul Walker is one of the greatest actors of our time.
Yeah, that is one of the craziest things.
You ever seen Meet the Deedles?
Whoa, hold on, what?
Exactly, one of the greatest movies ever created. And you missed it because
What
you
was
ain't
it
checking
on?
for Paul.
What was it on?
Disney. It was like his first movie. It's where him and like
you know when you say that. So this is what I heard when you said that. I heard. Do you remember Robin Thicke's song "When I Get You Alone"?
Nah, what is that?
Exactly. That's exactly what I heard when you said that.
It's a
that
deep
was
cut,
Robin.
man.
That was Robin. One of
Hold on,
Robin Thicke's
hold on.
first
We got,
songs.
oh, we got to come back in. We got.
He was riding through the city of New York on a bicycle with hair.
Robin Thicke?
Robin Thicke.
Anyways, welcome back to the Michael Jackson Show. We're live on Track Talk Radio. We're in here talking about Fast 9, and we're talking about Paul Walker. And I just made a bold statement because I'm a big Paul Walker fan. And I said to James that I think Paul Walker is one of the greatest actors of our generation. And he said, what did he
You're
say?
trash.
Well, he said that. And then he said, what did you say? Name a movie or something. I said, have you ever seen
Robin
Meet
Thicke.
the Deedles?
No, it's not what I said. I said,
What
do
did-
you
I remember
remember?
what you said.
Do you remember
Do you remember?
Robin Thicke's song "When I Get You Alone"?
Why are you yelling into the thing?
Because I'm right here.
no one has ever heard
How
that
you
song
keep
because
telling
people
me-
don't listen to Robin Thicke.
Well, apparently nobody. What?
Except Sex Therapy. That's a
I
classic
love.
record.
Yeah, it's like.
And the remix with Ludacris.
The only
Back
time,
to Fast 9.
only time
Perfect
people
segue.
weren't listening to Robin Thicke was when he put out that damn CD Paula.
He sold 6 copies.
When
of
he
that.
got caught cheating, and then he was like, "Yo, help me get her back." He was going on tour, and he had like her face on the big screen on the back of her, and he's playing the piano, and he's crying.
I will say this.
My guy's
I
crying.
am somewhat of a Robin Thicke fan.
I mean,
Maybe I
Robin
shouldn't have
Thicke
said
fan.
that. I should have
Even
said
with,
no
with the
one was
Masked
listening to
Singer.
her.
Do you watch the Masked
No,
Singer?
I'm not watching no
You're
bullshit.
trash. You watch The Office on repeat, but you don't watch this new stuff? On to the next.
Why would I watch that?
Why do you watch The Office when you've already seen The Office 20 times?
Because I like comedy. That shit's funny to me.
I mean, but
What's funny about The Masked
How
Singer?
many times can it be funny over and over again?
How many times can they recreate the same type
How
of
many
janky-ass
times
singing
can you
show
watch
where niggas
one
can't sing?
episode and still laugh at the same jokes?
It's so funny. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about 10 jokes
You're-
right now that I'm dying at. See, you're laughing at the fact that I'm laughing because this shit's funny.
You guys are hilarious.
Okay, let's get back into the story. So before we went to break, and Steph, you're gonna have to scoot a little bit closer because you got talking to the microphone.
Oh, but apparently I'm talking too loud
Does
for the
it
mic.
move?
It
Look,
can't
my feet aren't even
move.
touching
Yeah,
the
let's
ground.
move it to the middle because James is so damn loud that he can get on there. I'm so damn
Right.
loud we can get on there. But it's kind of we gotta move. I had it in front of his face on the camera. So we want to tell Snap stories. And so Steph, you went to middle school and high school with a young lady who ended up being on Snap, right?
Yes, Brittany Norwood.
Don't play that.
No,
'cause
no.
I'm not getting another email.
Why does that sound so familiar?
Okay,
Brittany
so
Norwood.
this lady named Brittany Norwood, she's from the Federal Way
Yeah,
area,
Federal Way.
Federal Way,
Dakota and
Washington.
Decatur. Shout out.
And apparently,
Decatur.
Steph, tell the story. Go ahead.
So, well, I remember first hearing about it. I was on Facebook, and my friend shared this episode. And I watched it, and I was like, hold on. This was a girl that we went to school with. Super nice girl,
What school
played
you go to?
soccer, Lakota and Decatur in Federal Way.
I was gonna say,
She had a
Decatur,
brother named.
Georgia?
She had a brother named.
She said in Decatur. I didn't know like
How
Federal
she
Way
from
had
here
I,
but went to Decatur?
I didn't know Federal Way had sub spots. She's like, yo, I went to Decatur.
Oh, yeah.
Federal Way. Like, oh, I didn't know Federal Way had
Decatur
subs.
Gators, high school.
I don't know anything about Federal Way, so anyway, go ahead.
So,
Steph.
but she was like super normal, teenager, played soccer, did good in school, everything. So I watched the episode, and she worked at Lululemon, I think in Maryland. And
Yeah, Boston. Was it Boston?
I believe it was Maryland, what it was.
I thought it was Boston. Seen it on Dateline.
Well, somewhere over there.
This
Go.
is crazy. All right,
Somewhere
go
over
ahead,
there.
Steph. Finish the story.
So what happened was I guess Lululemon has a policy when you leave for the day, you check each other's bags. So they checked her bag,
That seems so weird.
and she had leggings and whatever else in there. And when the coworker questioned her about it, she said, "Oh, I already paid for it earlier with, whoever was working earlier at the register."
Yeah.
Well, she called her, and then the coworker said, "No, she didn't purchase anything."
Oof, got caught lying.
So when she found out, I guess Brittany then took her back to the break room and proceeded to stab her 350 something times with different objects. There was hammers.
I thought it was like for like a relationship type of thing.
No, she stole.
It was just for stealing?
But you told me there was another
I
detail.
thought it was for
so
like
Yes.
something
Yes. So this is what happened. So basically she killed them, but killed her. Then, in order to try to cover up, I guess there was 2 different pairs of sneakers they had in the store. I forget what they wore them for, but one was a size 14, one was like a smaller size. So after she killed her, she put the size 14 sneaker on, walked throughout the store, tracing the blood, then somehow hit herself to make it look like she was beat up, zip tied herself. And then when the lady came in the morning to open up the store, she said that they were sexually assaulted by 2 men, that they attacked them, and all this stuff. And so then they later found out that no, she
just
snapped.
did that shit. Yo, that's
That's
crazy.
nuts. I literally thought it was for like over like a relationship that they were. One girl was with a dude and they like cheated and all that stuff or whatnot.
I mean, maybe. I don't
Only
I don't
reason
remember
I'm
that.
saying that is because when I was working for him, one of the leads had brought that up, and I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy." They were like, "Oh yeah, but don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about it because it was over in Boston or on the East Coast somewhere. You should be good."
No, that's that Scientology stuff. They trying to mess with your brain.
Man, see, I didn't go to Landmark because I heard about that. I wasn't rocking with Landmark.
No, nothing
But
against
that's crazy.
people.
Sorry, I keep putting.
No, everything against people that are with Scientology. Shit.
I don't.
From me, not Steph.
Look, we believe you can believe what you want, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know about it either.
I'm still
But,
blown
it's crazy.
away by
It
the
is.
fact that she went through all of that. Like, so this is my thing.
It was very calculated.
Hearing that part, you're
Sounds
thinking you get busted for stealing. Really, the worst that can happen to you is you're fired from your job. And maybe if you try to use them to get a recommendation, they probably gonna turn you down or tell your next employer that like, nah, maybe you see something happen.
Man, the
But
cool
most employers
part about
don't
I would
it
have
is
been like,
like,
that's not my backpack. I'm
But
The
sorry.
cold
hold
part
on,
about
let me finish real quick though. Most employers won't even do that. Why would you opt for the kill?
Yeah.
And now what is she doing? Life in prison?
I think, yeah. She
What's
got
the cold
sentenced to
part,
life.
James?
that old girl is that we go in and everybody around us tells like the lady they were like best friends.
Shit.
They said the girl was like, they were like good friends and they hung out together.
Well, they probably had to spin. They don't want to freak y'all out.
Yeah, they probably didn't.
Yeah, they
didn't want
know.
you scared to work
Yeah,
there.
they know somebody heard about it, so they got to spin it. Oh, they were in a relationship.
Like,
Nah.
That's literally what they said, is that it was like a relationship type of thing. Is that one girl got caught up cheating and she came to work and she was waiting and they went through that.
No, definitely not.
That's crazy.
Mm-mm.
Yo.
The story was they checked her backpack, she got caught, and she decided to kill her. Not just, and what the crazy part is she didn't
doesn't
die.
fire people for stealing.
But
That's the
she-
crazy part.
But she didn't even die. They said, the detective said that she, or the, was it coroner's
coroner?
office?
Yeah.
They said that she felt every single puncture up until the final blow, which snapped her brainstem. So she, it was awful.
That's crazy.
Over stealing.
Over some
Yeah,
leggings, fam.
there's
You
more.
killed the
There had to be
person
more
over
than
some
that. 'Cause
leggings.
Apparently the girl wasn't even like the manager.
But you gotta think, like, what
But
if
you know what? She might have
what
felt
if
some
you were
type
like
of way.
raised in like a super strict household or something, and your family would just look so down upon you if you like
probably
did
panicked.
something like that, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't." Not that I would do that, but I'm just saying, like, what if
Yeah.
she's like, "My family can't know that I stole," or this and this, and then I think somebody from the soccer team had come out and did an interview and said that she had been known for stealing or something from the soccer team, and so they had
crazy.
mentioned like, you
Bet.
gotta-
Okay, cool. So I'm known for stealing.
Probably didn't want to say
Why
that
are you
too
gonna
loud
kill
on
me?
camera.
No, that's not. No, I'm saying like an
Oh.
example. If I'm known for stealing,
I was like, man, let me get up out of here.
why are you gonna kill me?
No, not the girl that
Oh,
stole.
she was stolen.
No,
So she
Brittany
was
stole.
stealing.
Brittany
Yeah.
stole.
I was stealing. You caught me, so I'm killing you.
Yes.
Holy shit.
She checked her bag, and so I check your bag. You got all the stuff in there, and you say, "Oh, old girl that worked earlier, I already paid through her, so I'm good." And then I call, and I'm like, "No, you're lying. She said you didn't pay." Then all of a sudden, you're in the break room, and
Man, that's happened before.
357
And
stab wounds
the cold
later.
part,
Shit,
Lulu
man,
doesn't
that's
even
crazy.
fire you for something like that.
So that's my thing.
so
Is
they don't
like,
fire you for stealing, but they fire you after 3 hours.
No, they literally they'll try to so because they're yoga
they want to
companies,
check your
they'll
vibe.
try to
man.
they'll low key try to
If your energy
rehabilitate
is
you.
off, can't be here.
They'll try to and they'll try to get to the root
I
of
never
the
mess with them
problem
because they don't cater
and all
to
that. And
they don't cater to the bigger girls.
no, their
They
size,
don't
their
do-
largest
they're
size is
very
12,
little, very little size.
and their size 12 is really a size 8.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about female soccer,
It's
so shout out to y'all if you're able to fit
Well, if
those.
you want some
If
Lululemon,
not,
I got
go,
a few that
go
I
to
can
somewhere
I can
that
sell
are
you. I
better.
got a lot of fucking pants.
Why would I wear that?
Why not? You wear Nike.
They have nice guy stuff.
They have.
Because
They have
I didn't know they
tremendous
make
It's not
that.
like
stuff.
just women leggings.
I thought you meant like you had stock of like. I don't know why I thought
Leggings.
that, man.
No, I have over.
I mean, do they have some socks? Look.
Yes, they have socks.
This guy
My
trying to
draws.
show his drawers on TV. I like it. We're not even
all
on
my
TV.
pants, all my shirts, my non-Nike headbands.
Aren't they like $100 a pair or something like that? Like a pair of leggings are
They're
like $100.
ridiculously
Is
expensive.
this like a
bro.
really good company or something?
Yeah.
Look, you see
The
me
material,
at Walmart with my
the
little
material
dry
is second to none.
$9.99.
Now.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the material
Listen, if
is.
it's not Egyptian cotton like Kanye,
It's
I
close
don't
to
want
it. It's close to it. You know what?
What's close
I'll
to
give you a
Egyptian
pen. I'll
cotton?
give you. It's called what's it called? You know, I ain't Luan.
I don't know what that is.
It's so dope. They have their own. They invented their own material. They invented their own shit.
There's a, you know what? With all the conspiracy theories, there's a part of me that don't even believe that. They probably told you that because this whole shit is a lie.
Oh, well, I worked for them. I did research. I used to sell the clothes for 5 years.
You know what? We also supposedly went to the moon, James.
No, the fuck we didn't.
Exactly.
Don't
Question
don't get me
everything,
started.
dog.
See, this is he gets me started on purpose because he knows that shit. That's a trigger. We didn't go to the moon. We never landed on the moon. We never even went to space. Like if you know anything about radiation,
I don't know
radiation,
shit about
okay,
radiation.
well, even the simplest
like a
person
Chernobyl talk?
knows
A
about
Chernobyl TED talk?
radiation. And you know, if you wear a simple aluminum foil, anything like that, it's not gonna stop the radiation. Nothing's gonna stop this radiation that you think is gonna come for you. So, but you're telling me that we sent
We got time.
manned missions through one of the largest radiation belts ever,
You know what, man? Honestly,
and
I
we were
don't-
cool with it. We was good. They didn't do it. They didn't do anything. But their suits are made out of aluminum. What is that? The stuff that they put in the wall, the little lining, not the asbestos. Insulation.
They just built the suit at Home Depot.
Bro, dead ass. And you're telling me
Anyway.
that's gonna stop the radiation from getting me there?
Is
That's
Lululemon
what it is?
better than Fabletics?
Yes. Fuck out of here.
Two
No.
leggings for $24, ladies.
It's
Doesn't- isn't
very, so
Fabletics
the
run by
material,
Kate
no. The price, yes.
All right. Anyway, we're not talking about that.
I've never had tablets, but
Let's
Tom,
try to see if
You
we
have
can get
Fabletics,
somebody.
right? You got.
Are we still talking about?
Not because they're trash.
athletics.
Let's try to get
She got
somebody
Fabletics.
from NASA to be on the show.
Okay.
My cousin works for NASA.
Get your cousin on
Get
the
your
line.
cousin.
But until then, the final story we're going to talk about. This is an oldie but goodie. Shout out to Cheese for sending this to me because she heard the story on the radio. And this happened in 2018 where a Texas woman pooped her pants in a cop car to hide drugs during an arrest.
That's our last story.
So I never heard this story.
So this story is
Me
crazy.
neither.
Let me
But
put it
that's
in
our
quotes.
last
All right.
story.
Let me read this through because we only got like 5 minutes and I gotta play some music. So during an arrest, police in Texas say a woman defected in her pants inside a cop car to attempt to hide drugs. We've heard stories before of people having unusual ways of trying to hide drugs, but a story out of Corsicana, Texas, even the police department named strange. This has happened on a Wednesday. They were dispatched to a local H-E-B grocery store to investigate a theft at the store. And then apparently there was a robbery. So at the time, this is Shannon Shunta Martin. Her middle name should actually be Shitta. That's what I think. S-H-I-T-A. But she was in handcuffs, got in the back of the car, and then when the cops were driving and she was in the back, she decided to try and hide some incriminating evidence that she still had on her. During the transport, Martin pooped her pants in the back of the car and attempted to hide 2.3 grams of crack cocaine and a crack pipe and a Valentine's Day card.
Wait. She tried to hide the card?
I'm fucking dead.
That must have been a lot for
Fam,
her.
listen, cherry on top is that Valentine's Day card. Look, baby, I got a card for you, some chocolate, some crack, a
crack
pipe.
and a pipe.
Yeah. Police didn't find out about the hidden contraband until Martin was being booked into jail. Like, y'all didn't realize it when you pulled her out of the car and she smelled like shit? What do you mean, bro? I smell shit immediately when somebody smells like shit. Come on.
So did she go and then try to hide it, or did she try to hide it and then made her go?
Like, how did she do? Was she not even cuffed in the car? With definitely one of the worst jobs of the day, Officer Worthy was given the task of combing through the fecal matter to retrieve the evidence. She was charged with possession of a controlled substance and tampering with evidence. Shitting on evidence. The entire disgusting and disturbing narcotics arrest was summed up by the Corsicana Police Department with one final statement. This is scientific proof that drugs will fry your brain, folks.
That's just disturbing.
I'm still tripping off, like, when they searched her, they didn't find the Valentine's Day card? Where the fuck was she hiding that the whole time?
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Was it already up there?
So you mean to tell me you went and purchased a Valentine's Day card and the first place you put it is in your ass crack?
You know, it meant a lot to her.
Yo. I'm speechless, honestly. Because one, I'm grossed out, but I also have so many questions.
I never understand why people try to hide it in the first place. Because when you go in, you're gonna be searched.
I mean,
yeah, but I'm almost.
You gotta feel like fuck it.
But I'm wondering how shitty are the cops at their job that they didn't find the shit on her before they put her in the car.
Well, they probably didn't search her.
And how far of a drive was it that you didn't smell the shit in the car while you was driving the car?
They probably smelled it, but they're like, I'm not even touching that.
She's probably farting in the back.
Bro.
They probably we'll let intake take care of that.
Who does the detail?
We just deliver.
I wonder who has to detail the car.
The person that does the strip. Oh,
the rookie.
Shit, the rookie.
Ooh, if you're a rookie on the police department.
So, but what happens is like, so that's why the back of the police car is
plastic.
Is plastic. And so they open both doors and they just spray it with water, straight out.
It's just hard plastic. Like
I've seen a few. Like my boy threw up.
I mean, the last time I was in a police car, I was just sitting on a regular ass seat. I mean, it's still uncomfortable as hell.
Oh, you were in the front?
Oh, you was
I was in the back.
You was in a truant seat.
Hell no. Last time I was in the back of a cop car,
I was probably like cop car.
No, it's probably
where they had
2003. It was just an old ass like Crown Vic. It still was just a normal seat.
It was the volunteers.
But like literally,
you know,
like
old dudes that volunteer.
No, these were like a little, like a hard plastic, like a roller coaster when you just sit in the ride.
My shit was so bad.
Seat, and he just buckled me in.
I can't.
It was like literally
like, hey, bro.
So I was sitting like this the whole time.
They knew my feet can't fit.
Off to the side.
They knew I couldn't fit.
I couldn't fit in there.
So they're like, hey, bro, put your back butt first. So I go butt first all the way to the back, and my feet are on the seat, and my shit is like this. I can't fit. Stuck.
Listen, like I said, I haven't been in the back of a cop car since the early 2000s. Like,
elementary.
Well, no, that's not true.
Since junior high school.
In 2005, I was put in the car, and I told this story. Listen, I told this story on air already, where the cops tried to pull me over, and it literally was like a scene out of a movie where I look in the rear view, and there's like 10 or 12 police cars. They all like wedged between the doors with the guns drawn. I can hear the dude on the intercom say, "Throw your keys out the window. Take 3 steps to the left. Take 10 steps back." I end up getting face down on the ground, and I just feel my head smash into the concrete. They rough me up, cuff me.
I don't know. This is 15 years ago.
They throw me in the back of the car.
17.
Listen, man, we don't got a lot of time. They throw me in the back of the car, and then it's like 30, 40 minutes later, and then some guy comes up, opens the door, and says, "Well, Mr. Arnold, you're free to go. It seems like we made a mistake." And they thought I was somebody else that robbed a bank in a town that was like 35 miles away.
How old were you?
I was 18.
And why did they think it was you?
Because I was black driving through an all-white town. That's exactly why they thought it was me. I was driving the 85 Grand Marquis. Ooh, bro, I was fucking lit, boy. Paid $500 for that car, my own money.
And he was bumping
I had 2
shit.
215s in the back. Shout out to my man David Barfield for hooking me up with the 215s. The car barely worked, but we was bumping when we was rolling, bro. So, you know, only thing I didn't get was the fucking rims on the shit. But it is what it is, man. Anyway, listen, thank you for tuning in. I think we had a great show tonight. Shout out to James for coming through. Steph for showing up late. I'm just playing.
Sorry.
No. You had already told us you was gonna be a little bit late. But anyway, we have most of our crew Hopefully next week we'll have B on the air a little bit. But you guys have any final thoughts? We got about 30 seconds and I'm turning the music back on.
Fuck Trump.
Go subscribe to YouTube.
Yeah,
There's
subscribe
way
to our
more
YouTube
followers. You
channel.
need to get,
We're trying to get the followers up. Listen, if I can get to 1,000 followers by the end of the month,
what you gonna give away?
Listen, when we go into the springtime, I will put up most of the money to throw a big barbecue bash, and then we can do a live show, and people can come out, bring their kids, do all that. We'll set up like a meet and greet and a little event. We'll do it at like a park. Maybe we'll get Pound for Pound to come out
I'll
and give
bring the
out
Henny.
haircuts. This guy, we're talking about trying to give haircuts to kids. He's talking about bringing out the Henny.
The Henny and haircuts will be flowing.
Henny and
Maybe
haircuts.
we'll do some raffles.
Yeah, we'll do some raffles, man. Help us get our subscribers up. Like I said, we can get
We'll use
to
the Nike Connects that we
1,000
got.
subscribers by the end of the month, which is by the end of February. Then we'll do a little.
A Black History Month
thing.
giveaway.
Yeah, I got it. Anyway,
With it.
thank you for tuning in to the Meekle Jackson Show, man. It was a good show. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout out to James. Shout out to Pound for Pound for letting us host here.
We're here.
Yeah, it was lit. Listen, there was a lot of noise in the background because we still have people getting cuts, and then there's a whole thing going on off to the left of me. So, anyway, man, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week. It was good.
It's the owner's grandmother. She cleans.
Remember the end of the episode when
But
he's
isn't
on
that a
there?
TV? Yeah, but isn't that a TV show?
Yeah, because she's back there.
Oh, she leaves.
Yeah, well, no, she listens.
You know how funny it was when he was.
That was hilarious. I was dying.
That was
Because you were
stupid.
like, yeah, well, what about when my product gets wrong?
Nigga. You know
We
what?
gotta turn this off, man.
All I
Thank you
can
for
do is
tuning
like
in.
kill
Like
him
and
with
subscribe.
kindness.
Tell all your friends. It's a good
Share.
show, man. You
We're
gotta share it.
Gucci. Come fuck with us.
Maybe we'll have, you know, maybe my grandma will be on the show. I don't know.
You don't want
Shout
my
out to
grandma
my
here.
grandma. Shout out to my
My grandma
cousin,
thugs.
all my family out in
She
Buffalo.
keep
Oh
a
my
gun in her. Oh no,
Anyways,
she my other
man,
grandma.
listen, we'll be back on Tuesday.
Call me a
Steph,
sissy.
share my show, man.